And I think we're live. What's going on, guys? Seth here for Tasty Loot Gaming, doing a TLG Reacts stream, just hanging out. Gonna be watching, got a bunch of videos lined up of gameplay that was shown at E3, but not at the conferences. There's a bunch of stuff that wasn't even announced at the conferences that they showed off. And so I'm gonna be going through watching these videos. Some of these videos are really fucking long. Some of them are really short. I'm gonna go through them as they keep my interest. So if I'm like halfway through or even at the beginning of a video and it's not doing a whole lot for me, it probably will skip it. I know there was a Soul Calibur video that I wanted to watch, so let's throw that in there as well. Soul Calibur Cease gameplay E3 2018. Let's get real specific. Specificity, is this, it's from 5 days ago, it's from 3 days ago. Okay, well, let's do that one.
Boil it down.
We will boil it down. Ooh, this is already getting exciting. We'll watch that one first. And then there's another fighting game as well that they, oh, DOA, I want to see that as well. So let's look at DOA. DOA 6, I think. Gameplay. New Dead or Alive 6 gameplay, IGN Live, E3. Okay, that's exactly what the fuck I want to see. We'll watch that also right in the beginning. And yeah, before we get into the videos, I want to let you guys know that if you're watching this on Twitch, go to Tasty Loot Gaming. On YouTube, hit the subscribe button if you want to see weekly content. We do a show on Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, where we talk about gaming news, and then our Friday show is a podcast where we talk about everything in gaming, react to certain videos, certain things, do a bunch of random shit. It's a good time. It's a fun time. We also have a Discord too, so you can join that and talk to us anytime you want. And then, yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, go over to Twitch and follow me at Tasty Senpai, all one word. Hit the notification button so you know when I'm going live, because all these things nowadays seem pretty fucking finicky. So do what you gotta do if you like the stuff we're putting out, and know when we're doing stuff. So okay, we're gonna start this because I got so many fucking videos lined up. If you're watching this and you'd like to see something, want me to watch something, I'm open to suggestion. I'll try anything once. So yeah, let's fucking do this.
Welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2018. There's a bunch of stuff I'm supposed to say right here, but I know you'd rather get an exclusive first look at Dead or Alive 6, so without further ado, from Koei Tecmo, Team Ninja, here's Yohei Shimbori and his translator, Minglu Li. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Dead or Alive 6. Cat's out of the bag. This is the first brand new Dead or Alive game in almost 7 years.
Yeah, that's
What's
fucking
new
crazy.
in Dead or Alive 6.
See, I'm actually a huge Dead or Alive fan. It's one of my favorite fighting games, but I didn't like 5. I don't even think I liked 4.
7 years?
So I mean, this is huge if it's an actual game. I know they had like some free-to-play thing, or like I think Dead or Alive 5 had like a shitload of like shit you could buy extra, and it just wasn't interesting to me. So this is really fucking,
as you can tell by looking
if it
at
is an
graphics,
official like
by
sequel, fucking
introducing them
I'll
to the
really be
new,
excited for it.
Physics-based, lighting. We were able to bring out the new enhanced and then immersive, close, intense.
It looks good. Dead or Alive's always looked really good though. I've always really liked I don't know how like clean the games look. Some fighting games you're like kind of zoomed the fuck out too, like you're really close in Dead or Alive, which has always been really interesting.
And back in the days, we were really hesitant about basically wounding the faces of the either male or the female characters. But this time around, you'll see a change. And then that will bring out the life out of our characters.
What does that mean?
And also with fighting games, it has a high entry barrier, but with this game, we have certain features that enables all players to be able to enjoy really satisfying, combos and such. So that's also a big sales point of this this game.
Big go.
一番かっこいい格闘ゲームになります。
It's going to be the best looking, the most amazing Dead or Alive so far.
Now,
Looks
DOA
good.
games are always very solid, but fighting games are difficult for casual players to get into. Could you tell us a little bit about how you're making it more accessible?
その、今までそのなんていうんですか、とっつきにくいところに関してはどうやってデッドアライブは非常にきちんとした格闘ゲームではあるんですけれども、その今回はよりなんていうんですか、よりその。
Although I really wish this was better quality.
そうですね。今回一番新しいのがボタンを1個増やしてスペシャルボタンって呼んでるんですけど。
Really like her outfit. I would like Hayabusa's outfit more if it wasn't so
仕組みが入っています。
fucking
Well, this
forest
time,
green.
we
What is that?
implemented a new feature that enables players to basically pull off a very flashy, cool, devastating combo by basically just
Cool and
pressing
devastating are weird words to have in the same sentence to describe one thing.
上級者の人にとっては戦略的になりますし、なんといっても初心者たちにとっては入り口ですね。ゲームの入り口としてこのボタンを押せばコンボが。
Man, fighting games are coming back. I'm fucking stoked.
必殺技が入っていたりしますので。
This is looking good.
触ってほしいかなと思います。
Soul Calibur is a fucking must buy.
With this series, and for the more skilled gamers, this basically just adds another dimension to the existing mechanics. But at the same time, for the casual gamers,
Goddamn Zack. That's the most normal I've ever seen Zack in a fucking game. He normally has like a silver, neon silver fucking suit with a dildo on his forehead.
It will give them a chance to stand up to
That's
the more
Hayate?
skilled fighters, but also at the same time, bring that sort of.
They're really covering him up. I thought that was Hayabusa.
Battlefield a little bit.
Okay. Have there been any major changes to the core gameplay for more kind of more technical fighters, or is it still kind of the same DOA experience?
そのスキルの持ったユーザーにとっては今回はどのような DOA になるんでしょうか。
そうですね。いろんなスキル持ってる方いるんですけど、例えばデッドアライブ5で
Damn.
トーナメントで活躍しているような人だと。
That was actually kind of
そう
cool.
ですね。大体
The zoom in on the face and the blood.
そこはもう
That's one thing that Mortal Kombat does really well, is it kind of like
だから今まで練習
shows
した
the
ことは
impacts
ないでしょう。
really well.
Well, we know that there are various, fighting styles among our existing gamers.
Jan Lee, that's my boy.
The core mechanics of the game will
Wow, these
remain
maps
the
are
same.
detailed.
You can be rest assured.
Hopefully, and I'm sure they'll have it, but hopefully they'll have like the multi-tiered maps again,
新しく
or
入ったシステムも
levels.
デッドアライブのルール
Like you
の
hit somebody through a wall and they fucking fly into another area.
ものなので
I always loved that about DOA.
デッドアライブプレイヤーだったらすぐできちゃうからデッドアライブやってた人の方が
Damn.
最初有利かなと思います。
Yeah, this is looking good.
As to the new feature that I was referring to, I mean, to our existing fighters, it will be they will be able to soon tell that this is but
Oh, that's
another
cool.
piece in the existing
Get the fuck
mechanics.
back in
It's
there,
not
you
been a
pussy.
Game changer. So it basically
You gonna let a girl beat you up? Yeah, because she's really strong. And she's
So
beating
past
me
DOA
up.
games are known for being they put the girls front and center, and this game seems to be very much more focused on just the hardcore of the fighting, and even down to Kasumi is in a more tactical outfit, shall we say. Is this a new direction for DOA, or will kind of classic costumes make a return?
DOA の、
Oh god, here we
DOA の
go.
魅力の一つは女の子たちなんですけれども、けど今回は、単にそのハードコア
She had the tactical outfits in the other games too.
対戦の部分が
You pick what outfit you want to wear.
で
The girls were not front and center, they were front and center in beach volleyball.
それとも昔のコスチュームも戻ってくるんでしょうか。
Oh, he's really explaining it to him.
今回お見せしたのはE3 バージョンということもあるんですけ
You
ど
can tell it's the same because her fucking dress is flying all over the place.
男もそうですけどかっこいい女性っていう
This
のを
looks the same to me.
描きたいっていうのを
Except for Zack. I don't know why he's dressed like a dignified dude.
Well, in this game, well, that's a tough question, but again, it's
Good,
not-
that's what I wanna
in
hear.
This game is not so much about the girls alone. It's about the very attractive, very cool, awesome fighters from both sides.
Yeah, he doesn't have a shirt on.
昔のコスチュームが一切入ってないっていうことはないです。
But at the same time, it doesn't mean we're ruling out all the costumes, you know, from the previous time.
Her classic costume better be in that fucking game.
So DOA 5, over the course of its various iterations, had, I believe it was 7 season passes for costumes. Are there plans to continue DLC in this model?
はい、前作では、シーズンパスだけでも7まであったと。
Yeah, I wanna know about this. This is the big news right here.
同じようなモデルで行くご予定でしょうか。
今回に関しては、パッケージにどれぐらいコスチュームが入るかも決まってないんですけど、やっぱり DLC もまだ決まってないんですね。なのでちょっと今は答えられないですね。
Yeah, at this point, I can't really tell how much costumes will be included in the full game version. And because we're in the early development phase of the game, that it's really hard.
It looks really good for early development. I did assume that though, because it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of different levels. God, my brain is not working. Or I don't know, it seems like there's plenty of characters so far, although it's only like what, 6 they've shown.
But this is going to, well, given that it's a fighting game, and then there will be future.
Oh, is it? It's a fighting game. Did you hear that?
We'll try to be creative about how to, you know, keep it going in the long run.
Okay. DOA 5 managed to come out for a whole lot of different systems. It was out for the PlayStation Vita. Are there any chances we're going to be seeing this on Nintendo Switch at any point?
Yo, in the name of Mugen Tenshin style.
ビータも移植されたんですけれども、今作においてはスイッチに登場する可能性はありますか？
今のところはないですね。ただスイッチも興味はありますので、技術的に
That old shit, the old fucking Hayabusa downward tornado.
The short answer is no, not at this point yet. But if we can somehow overcome some of the technical hurdles in the coming days, yeah, maybe there will be a chance, but not at this point.
Yeah.
All right. And are there any enhancements for PlayStation 4 Pro?
そのプロ向けの専用のそのアップグレードとかエンハンスメントはありますか？
プロとプロじゃない方ってことですね。
そうですね。
プロの方がやっぱり性能がいいので、グラフィック面では絶対にプロの方がいいです。例えば4K 対応ができるとしたらプロの方だけになるでしょうね。
Well, Pro being Pro, you know, has being the better hardware, so you'll be able to experience 4K and enhanced graphics on Pro.
See all the details. Now the environmental destruction in DOA 5.
See all the details.
We're not seeing a ton of it in what you've shown off so far, but are there plans to really let you just knock people off the map and rough them up?
Good question. Good question.
ステージ破壊の部分はまだ見れてないですけれども、今後は従来通り派手なそのステージギミックは用意する予定でしょうか？
そうですね。今回はその前に今回どんなテーマで出したかというと、戦っている人たち。人たちのすぐそばにあるものを使って何か面白いデンジャーゾーンを作ってみようっていうのがテーマになっています。だからちょっと今までの路線とは違って感じたかもしれませんけども、今後はもっと大きなものとかにもチャレンジしていこうかなと思います。
The stages that we've shown so far, they're all kind of limited to, you know, the immediate environment that's around the fighters, not so much as you know falling from the skyscraper type of thing. But this is just to show you.
That guy's smug in the middle.
That's just to show
He's like, I make a video game.
Interactive stages, but in the future,
You make a video game? No.
Revealing more and more different.
PP.
The DOA
Hit him in the
story is always
PP.
known for being completely over the top and really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can you give a tease about what the story mode will be
Oh,
like in
yeah.
this one?
ストーリーは今まで奥深いストーリーで今までシリーズのセールスポイントだったんですけれども、今回のストーリーモードについて何かお話しできるポイントはありますか？
今回のストーリーモード内容はねちょっとまだ話せないんですよ。なんですけど、そうですね。デッドライフ5の時には1本でストーリー描いたんですけど、いろんなルートを行ったり来たりして話が分かりにくいっていうお客さんがかなり多かったので、今回はもっと分かりやすくストーリーが進むようにっていう。
Good. You did good that round.
I can't tell you anything about the actual story yet, but what I can tell you is that we've had feedback that you know the story mode for 5 has been somewhat linear, but it also goes back and forth, so it gets confusing at times for some players. In
What
this
up?
game, we'll try to make it more easy to understand for everyone.
Excellent. And do you have a
Damn, they're high heels? I didn't even notice that.
window at all?
その発売日あるいは発売時
They're
期
ninja high
言える
heels.
ことはありますか？
ああ、それは
Who
ね、
makes those?
実は
Prada?
最後にも出てくるんですけど、2019年の初頭
Like Gucci?
Well, it's shown on our
Oh.
the end of our trailer. Basically says early 2020,
Early
19.
Okay, so early next year. Well, thank you so
Okay.
much for
I thought you said
coming by and showing us
2019.
brand new game at E3. All that kicking and punching and jumping really took it out of me, so I'm tapping out. We're gonna
Me
take a
too.
quick
See you
break.
later, Max Scoville. Alright, next video, Soul Calibur 6 gameplay demo from E3 2018. Let's do
boil
it.
Down to the essence of what we felt made Soul Calibur amazing and why it
Seems
has
like,
such a large fan base right now, and really just condense that and put it
24
all into Soul
characters.
Calibur
I know they
6.
already said something like that,
Tell us
but
a little bit about what's new in this
seemed like there's a little bit of
particular
room,
chapter
obviously, to
Soul
add
Calibur
characters
6,
too.
because as you said, long-running series, and I'm sure fans are excited about what's next.
E3 中に、公開させていただいたまずストーリーモードというのがありまして、これはですねあえて
Ivy versus Taki, fuck 'em up.
時代に戻してソウルカリバー
God, it's been so long since they fucking released the Soul Calibur.
の原点というところをですね今一度僕らが定義し直してお客様に楽しんでもらおうというふうに思って作ってます。過去のシリーズの中でも最大級のボリュームで一人オフラインの部分が遊べますんで、ぜひそこは楽しみにしてほしいなと思います。
So one thing that
seems
we just
faster
showed at
paced.
E3 is a very comprehensive story mode, and we're taking the timeline all the way back to about Soul Calibur 1, Soul Calibur 2, when we're talking about Soul Calibur versus Soul Edge, light versus darkness, and that was a story we really wanted to revisit and retell with what we have available to us today. So I think it has a lot.
Bring her out, get her out.
People who are a longtime fan of the franchise, and I think volume-wise, it's safe to say that this is the most packed Soul Calibur of them all. So
A bold
Really?
claim.
yes,
Really? That is a
go ahead,
fucking
Justin.
bold claim.
This is a series.
I
that you
hope
alluded
that's
to this.
true.
This is a series that has been around for a very
Did
long
her
time.
armor
The
break off?
mid-90s for the original Soul Edge way back when. What do you think are some of the biggest and most important enhancements that have come to the series over the years?
その長年にわたって一番このシリーズにとってのこの大事な進化というかこう変化。
ソウルキャリバー自体はおっしゃる通り長い歴史をあって、その中でも剣を持った戦いっていうのはシリーズを重ねるごとにいろいろと変化しています。で、このソウルキャリバー6においてソウルキャリバーらしさとして僕たちが一番気にしたことは、
一番
憧れの武器を持ってそれを振り回す楽しさ、それから8way ランに代表されるようにリングの中を自由に 3D 空間を自由に動き回れる楽しさ、ここがソウルキャリバーがソウルキャリバーたるゆえんですし、このソウルキャリバー6でとっても
Get the fuck out.
I think over the years we really emphasized the idea that this is a fighting game in which weapons are kind of the star. Like we're dealing with all kinds of swords, various types of weapons, and we really wanted to make like taking up that weapon that you might have always wanted to try, but obviously don't have the ability to in real life. And just making it really satisfying when swinging this weapon, giving the player the freedom to move around space. That, I think, has been a very essential part of the Soul Calibur experience.
Oh,
So
yeah.
We tried to put all of that into
Oh,
Soul
yeah.
Calibur 6.
Yeah, great.
I think one of the coolest things about Soul Calibur is sort of the fusion of settings and art styles that comes with the game. I mean, there's some historical fantasy, there's just pure fantasy, there's like, martial arts and Chinese martial arts in the game. What are the things that inspires your team from all these different genres, and how do those all kind of come together in Soul Calibur?
やっぱりソウルキャリバーの世界観としては当然さっきも話したようにソウルキャリバーとソウルエッジで、これが、光と暗闇、それから善対悪、そこの世界観がやっぱり一番コアにあって、そこからそのソウルキャリバーらしい世界観というのを長年作ってきたんで、やっぱりそこは今までの延長線上、しっかりとお客様に楽しめるものを作ろうっていうものもありますし、今お話のあった武器に関してはやっぱり、 憧れの武器が例えば博物館とかに行ってこう古い武器とかが飾ってあるとなんか手に取ってこう振り回したくなると思うんですよね。でそういう武器を、取り込んでいってそれをソウルキャリバーらしい格闘にいかに落とし込んでいくかっていうのが今までやってきたことですし、このソウルキャリバー6でもやっていることです。
I think it's interesting you mentioned the various world settings because that is a very important aspect, I think, of the entire Soul Calibur franchise. And of course,
I'm hoping it has a lot of different levels.
Light versus darkness, these two weapons, good and evil. You can call it whatever you want. But I think at the essence of it all is the idea of a weapon. And I think in many ways the weapons have kind of driven
a lot better than that. Good.
The evolution of Soul
Good
Calibur,
job.
adding to the world
You beat him.
in order
Good.
to really just give these weapons a stage to shine upon. So if you're walking through a museum and you see this weapon from who knows what feudal era, or you want to just pick it up and swing it.
Oh, that's cool.
We are
Just kind of floated in like that.
not
Geralt.
but we are the medium
Geralt
through which you
versus
can do that, is
Maxi.
how I see it.
Safely from the comfort of your own home.
Exactly.
For Keelik.
I love to just like poke that pole.
Well, that's the beauty of the game, right?
Yeah, of course. And before I let you guys go, I'm just curious. Specific mechanics, fighting mechanics that have changed in Soul Calibur 6. Is there
Oh, there
anything
better be
you
more
can
maps
share
than
with us
that.
today?
ま
There
ず
better be way more maps than
初
that.
心者の
Or at least
初めて手に
unlockables.
するお客様がですね、すぐに楽しんでいただけるようにまず覚えていただきたいシステムとしてはリバーサルエッジというシステムを入れてます。
Why you gotta make these motherfuckers fight? They're friends.
3組のじゃんけんの仕組みで、まあ相手がどんなにうまいお
Hell
客
yeah.
様でも
Hell yeah.
一度はその相手との読み合い駆け引きができるっていう仕組みになっています。で、まあ当然これにはリスクはつけてあるので、どんどん上手くなるとリバーサルエッジを使うシーンっていうのは減っていくとは思うんですけれども、リバーサルエッジを通じてソウルキャリバーの縦切り、横切り、もしくは横移動っていうシステムが自然に理解できるような形になってるんで、まあ、本当にソウルキャリバーこれまで遊んだことないお客様に関してはリバーサルエッジっていう新しいシステムからまず入っていただければなと思います。
There is
What
a
the fuck
very
is going
new
on?
kind of challenging mechanic even for us called the reversal edge. And what this does is it allows the player to parry the opponent's attack and go into this rock, paper, scissors kind of three-way guessing mechanic. And it what it allows very beginning players, I think it's safe to say that if a player is very experienced, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to landslide the beginner. And that's not a very fun experience for the beginner. So what this allows you to do is even though you might lose the match, it'll give you that one chance to feel like you're on the same stage, on the same platform as this experienced player. And I think as players get better and better at Soul Calibur, they're going to use this mechanic less and less because there is a risk-reward that kind of diminishes. But having said that, it's a very good way for players to understand the basics, the vertical slash and the horizontal slash and dashing the slide, and how those all interact with each other on a larger scale throughout the game, and not just in the context of the reversal edge.
Go ahead.
Quick shout out, by the way, from my boy Keelik.
Fucking A.
Players out here.
Oh wow, that was very, very abrupt. Yeah, what was that?
The wait is over.
Oh.
Let's begin.
No, this is just character reveals, which is dumb.
Boil it down.
Okay, next video is Metro Exodus 4K gameplay demo. Let's do it.
Peggy 18.
17 minutes. I don't know if we'll watch the whole thing, although it is Metro, so there's a good chance I will watch the whole thing. Following gameplay was captured. Oh, it looks so fucking good. For anyone watching this who might not know this by now, I'm a huge Metro fan. Very excited for this. Will be buying this as soon as I can get my fucking hands on it.
Metro, the epic first-person shooter series based on the novels by Dmitry Glukovsky and developed by 4A Games, hits players as Artyom, a survivor and Spartan ranger of post-apocalyptic Russia. After the critically acclaimed Metro 2033 and its sequel, Last Light, the series returns with its third and most ambitious installment yet. Metro
I like hearing that. I like hearing that.
This walkthrough takes place in a level situated near the Volga River, Shortly after Artyom, his wife Anna, and their fellow Spartans discover there is life outside the Moscow metro and flee the tunnels on a hijacked
So they got
train
married, huh?
called the Aurora, heading east in search of answers.
That's cool.
The Volga is one of a number of huge open levels in the game. This is a bold new concept for Metro, but these self-contained worlds are woven together by more traditional linear levels.
Good.
The Volga contains many hours of gameplay, but this walkthrough will focus on just a handful of segments in order to demonstrate.
I like the idea of the open world thing,
multitude of
but
new
because
features
these
in
games are
Metro
so
Exodus.
story-driven, I think they have to have some
Having been
linearity
briefed
too.
by the Spartan Orders commander, Miller, to explore the area, players will quickly find
Otherwise,
themselves
it'll
thrust
drop
into
the
a
whole
dangerous and hostile
immersive
world.
experience.
Even far away from Moscow, radiation levels are still a constant threat, with players having to manage the time remaining on their gas mask filters in addition to their other resources. Scavenging for chemicals and materials that can be used to craft equipment and ammunition, therefore, is a must, and you'll be immersed within a world that constantly demands your attention in order to survive. The Volga level is many times larger than the most expansive level in Last Light, and is indicative of the new sandbox survival gameplay mechanic in Exodus. A critical narrative path is always there to follow, but these wild, open environments offer countless locations to explore and unique encounters for those who dare to venture off the beaten track.
Oh, I will be checking every fucking corner.
That electric tower there looks like a perfect sniping position.
One thing they did really good in the last
Some
couple
of these
games
locations
is
may reward you with upgrades and new equipment, while
made it
others may
rewarding
provide
to
greater
search every
insight
nook and
into the
cranny.
lore of Metro. Within these huge environments, players will traverse the territories of the mutants, bandits, drifters, and survivors that inhabit post-apocalyptic Russia. Here, you'll see the AI biomes in effect, where humans, mutants, and animals will all react differently to their surroundings, depending on a variety of factors. Players may see mutants hunting other mutants, and an open firefight could attract unwanted or maybe wanted attention. Early into their mission, Artyom and Anna stumble upon a group of cultists who believe electricity and technology caused the destruction of society in Russia. Having infiltrated the cultist church and rescued 2 of their prisoners, players must find their way back to Miller and the Spartans, and can choose a number of different methods with which to escape.
Cool.
As with any Metro title, Exodus places the onus on the player to choose how they progress.
I
It's
need
possible
this
to
game.
play this entire level without killing a single human being.
Dope.
Or if subtlety isn't your style, you can adopt a take-no-prisoners approach. Regardless of ethics and playstyle, however, there will always be a need to infiltrate areas with a level of discretion.
Damn.
Stealth, therefore, plays a significant role
Punch
in
him in the
Metro
head
Exodus.
twice?
With the ability to modify weapons in the field, players can
very
customize
cool.
their setup depending on the situation at hand. The flexible Kalash can quickly transform from long-range to close-quarters configuration, and with the right upgrades, the basic 3-shot revolver can be turned into a silenced, 6-chambered, and deadly accurate handgun.
Fucking dope.
Crouching and sticking to the shadows will reduce your chances of being discovered by enemies. The blue stealth indicator on your wrist will glow when you're at risk of being seen. Interacting with the environment around you is also key. Extinguishing torches
Good. I'm
and
glad
creating a
that's back.
distraction by throwing tin cans to
They really
confuse enemies
upgraded
to your
the stealth
whereabouts,
mechanics in the
allowing
second
you to
game,
get
so
close
glad
and
they're-
execute a silent kill.
God, you gotta stab him a second time? He went down.
If it's too difficult to approach from behind, a throwing knife will bring
Hell
down
yeah.
sentries from range.
It's very comfortable looking. Very comfortable. RTM's like, hey, fucking, you've been working hard. Take a nap.
If your presence is discovered, perhaps through a missed shot or by making too much noise and the alarm is raised, the game isn't over, but the rules have changed.
Yeah, you gotta kill everything and run.
Players will
Run!
hear dynamic battle chatter as foes call out to their companions and attempt to pinpoint your location. Enemies will try to hunt you down as the game transitions into a frenetic, action-oriented shooter.
Okay, so you can pick it up or fucking get scraps from it instantly?
As you eliminate more enemies, some might finally realize the threat of your presence and surrender. forcing you to make a decision and decide their fate.
It's interesting. I don't know if Hopefully I don't do that every single time, because otherwise it'll get kind of fucking boring if the firefights always just end like that.
Weapon crafting and modification options. Players will find workbenches in small outposts scattered throughout every level, where they can customize their loadout. Everything from med packs and gas mask filters to ammunition and throwable items can be crafted at the workbench from materials scavenged in the field. As players use their weapons, dirt and grime will accumulate on them in real time, reducing accuracy and damage and making them prone to jamming and overheating. Resources can be spent cleaning and maintaining your weapons here. Another signature feature of Metro is the unique arsenal of handcrafted, improvised weaponry. There are hundreds of modification combinations that drastically affect a weapon's stats and performance as they are stripped for upgrades.
They added more shit.
Every component in a Metro weapon is modeled on real-life materials, such as a Soviet-era kitchen utensil that forms part of a heavy stock to provide stability to the Kalash.
That's very cool.
Or the fan-favorite T-HAR, a pneumatic sniper rifle that fires ball bearings for silent, long-range kills. The T-HAR has its very own set of upgrades available, like increasingly airtight seals, keeping up air pressure in the pneumatic system. Your equipment can similarly be repaired or upgraded at a
The dirt thing's interesting because they added a thing in, well, the first game where you had to put on a gas mask to go above ground. And the filter would, like, go down and you have to replace it, which is, like, it wasn't tedious or annoying. It was just a thing every once in a while you had to do, which is kind of cool because it kept the tension high while you're walking around trying to find out, you know, what you're trying to find out or trying to kill whatever you're trying to kill. Every once in a while you're like, oh fuck, I gotta, my air's getting low or my filter's getting low. And then the second one they added, you can get mud on your mask and you can just keep it there, but there's a button that you could wipe it off. And it seemed like an unneeded thing, but it added immersion to the experience. You felt like you were out in the wasteland, getting like mud on your mask that you would have to wipe off. And the small things like that, as long as they're not like super annoying, like your fucking cousin calling constantly in Grand Theft Auto 4, are cool. So the idea of having degradation on your weapons is kind of neat. I actually liked in Far Cry 2 when your weapon jammed. I didn't like it when it happened, but added flavor to the combat.
Bench, allowing you to increase your protection or mobility with upgrades to your helmet or armor, or make life a little easier with additions like a compass to your wrist bracer.
That's cool. God, that sounds so much better, and the other ones are awesome. So this is a banger.
Outposts also provide a new feature to players: rest. You can change the time of day depending on how you want to approach your next challenge.
Cool.
During the day, enemies may be spread out, on patrol, and easier to pick off. However, you too will be more visible in the daylight. Attacking an encampment at night might mean enemies are sleeping or huddled around a camp. A more concentrated threat, but you'll benefit from a stealth approach.
Holy fuck, I can't wait to play this game. Imagine living at that base or whatever, if there are people there. I'm assuming there are. And just like 4 in the morning, fucking Artyom's just sliding out like Batman.
Even in such open environments, claustrophobic close quarters combat is never far away.
Good.
Players will still experience the tense, frightening encounters that have made Metro what it is today. But these moments of pure, anxiety-inducing combat are seamlessly embedded into the wider, open levels.
What the fuck is that?
With Artyom and the Spartans a considerable distance from Moscow, they will start to discover how radiation has affected different life forms across the country.
Interesting.
Humanimals are a new mutant to Exodus, fierce and unrelenting. The A-Shot serves as an effective close-range weapon for this frantic, breathless type of gameplay. A marked distinction from more tactical demanding.
Oh, I can't wait to play this. Aim, motherfucker, what are you doing? This Since you can't hip shot like a fucking... You're not good at it. Obviously.
Come in. Anna went off the grid. Any ideas? Anybody know anything? She was going to check out those antennas.
This is looking pretty done. Hopefully this is coming out soon.
What the hell?
It is a Nosalis. My father saw the Nosalis out. Blah 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 blah
Artyom's
blah.
wife, Anna, the Spartan Order's top sniper, has gone missing, and players now have a new directive to find her.
Sorry, Artyom. I think
Mission
she's
updates will be
she's
marked on a
fucking
player's
around
map,
on you.
A physicalized object that you can access at any time. Metro avoids the clutter of HUD and UI wherever possible.
Hell yeah.
Communicating all critical information through tangible, tactile objects to increase immersion. Whilst nighttime can provide cover, it brings its own set of challenges. A watchman on patrol can spell danger, and if not dealt with, it will call its pack to ambush you. And in a world rife with dangers, a more mysterious threat is that of the anomaly, a roaming electrical phenomena that expels radiation and will kill you if it gets too close.
That's... Okay, so this game and the game Stalker are similar, and I believe some of the people who worked on Stalker worked on Metro. That's why they feel so similar, and they're like post-apocalyptic Russia thing. Both games feature anomalies, and in Stalker there were random anomalies in the world, and it's kind of neat because when you ran into them they'd be different sometimes. You're like, what the fuck is this? In Metro, anomalies were used as a storyline element, which was very fucking cool. There's a part where you're going through the subway, the Metro, with oh god, I forgot his name, but there's a part where there's multiple anomalies, but they're always storyline things, which is really cool. It kind of added to the lore of the world. There's one where you're seeing like ghosts of people who lived there at one point and they all died, and he warns that to not fuck with them, because, you know, they'll leave you alone as long as you leave them alone, but like you don't touch them or whatever. And it was this really cool moment. And then there's also another moment with that electricity anomaly going down the subway, and it's like the one time you saw it, and it just kind of added this allure and mystery to it of like, there's these weird fucking things. Every once in a while you'll see them, and or things that you've heard of, and you might witness it, like Bigfoot. So the idea of them like just adding it to the world kind of sucks, because it'll be a cool gameplay mechanic, and hopefully it kills the enemies or whatever, and you'll be like, oh shit, I gotta dodge this fucking electricity thing. But at the same time, it takes away from the storyline and the story building that the other games did. So hopefully you don't see them very often. I can get past it, obviously, but because I still fucking I'm gonna love this game. But that kind of sucks. It would have been nice to see it like still as more of like an event, and less of like a, oh shit, look out for the electricity ball flying around. But I guess they are further out from Moscow as well, so like maybe they are more common outside of Moscow, but still. Damn, okay. I almost feel like those two different scenes they fucking spliced together. In fact, I would put money on it. Because this was not under that little hill he was standing on.
I heard you call me. It was so great there.
Yeah, this is...
But
that was a bad transition.
I couldn't leave you.
She stopped coughing?
Upon finding Anna, it's clear the effect of radiation in an enclosed environment has taken its toll. Artyom will need to find a way to open the doors in order to get out in time before the gas mask filters run out. Although much of the surface is breathable now, Metro Exodus retains the claustrophobic, gas mask gameplay that the series is known for, where your Nixie watch ticks down the minutes and seconds of air left to breathe. In comparison to previous Metro titles, players can craft new filters in the field if they have sufficient materials to do so, but it will always be under constant threat of mutants and limited resources in this haunting, atmospheric setting.
Alright, gotta pause the stream for one moment. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's fucking continue where we left off, hopefully. And let's go. It's a song by M83. It was ripped off from Street Fighter. Check it out. Check a look. Yo, somebody dropped their baby over here.
If your gas mask gets damaged, you also have the ability to make a temporary field repair. Although until you can find a workbench, your vision will be somewhat compromised.
You can fucking break it?
Nothing a little duct tape can't handle for the time being, though.
That's kind of neat, even though that's a very small little fucking piece of duct tape. Shoot him! Stop looking at him. Like right there, what are you fucking doing? I'm showing the audience what it's like to get hit a lot.
One of the key new aspects of gameplay in Metro Exodus is the dynamic weather system and a day-night cycle that offers tactical opportunities.
Fuck yeah.
At the
Make it darker though.
Level, Artyom must steal a train carriage to add to the Aurora so that they can transport the additional survivors that have joined the Spartan ranks. With the darkness of nighttime and the storm providing cover, players will want to whittle down the large number of bandits on guard, one by one, as they keep to the shadows in a stealth assault. The train yard is just one of many settings that demonstrate the progression seen in Exodus from previous Metro games. The classic Metro gameplay elements of human and mutant combat, stealth and resourcefulness, all set in tense, frantic and often claustrophobic environments, are ever present. Juggling the charging of your battery to keep power flowing to your night vision goggles, disabling tin can traps, keeping air pressure in the T-HAR high, all while staying alert to the hostility around you, are all part of the unique and highly
That's a lot of stuff to do.
That has made this series so revered.
I hope so. I don't hear anybody talk about it. If I bring it up, every once in a while somebody's like, "Oh, I love that game," but like, no one talks about it.
Contributing factor to that status.
That's a really juicy shot.
Lighting, materials,
it's like you shot a fucking water balloon.
A knife thrown into enemy armor may not penetrate deeply enough to kill them.
Okay, that's good. Because in the last game,
Just
you
like
throw
you
a knife into
extinguish
any
lamps,
part of them,
shooting
they're
them will
dead.
cause them to explode and a fire to spread. As a player,
Cool.
you will need to hone both your aim and tactics in order to successfully navigate your way through the game. This was just one brief stop on an epic journey across post-apocalyptic
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Russia.
it seems like you're going to be
Metro
just
Exodus
kind of
offers
cruising
a world
along
of
and
stunningly
stopping
rich
around places, which
environments
is
to
really
traverse
fucking
and
is a neat
explore.
idea.
New and overhauled gameplay mechanics and unsurpassed attention to detail.
Hell yeah.
For fans
Hell
of the
yeah.
series and newcomers alike, the gripping next chapter in Artyom's story promises countless hours of tense and exciting exploration.
Countless? I can't wait! So that was very cool. Very excited for that. Yeah, everything about that sounded like everything I wanted and more. So that's probably the best thing I've watched so far, except for Soul Calibur. But I wasn't even as excited for that. That video was kind of, yeah, it exists. Our next video is Battlefield 5 multiplayer gameplay. The reason I'm watching this is because everything I've seen so far has been like a presentation for the gameplay. I want to see actual gameplay, so I'm hoping that's what we're going to see here. So, if we don't, I'm getting the fuck out. Look at this guy's fucking face, right in the beginning. Somebody was like, yeah, that's good. He looks like he's the devil you're about to make a fucking deal with. So he's got glasses, so he's a dork.
Welcome back to IGN Live.
Says the guy who wears glasses.
Dug in, and I've convinced a few people at DICE to let us get our hands on Battlefield 5. That's right. This is an exclusive. So let's welcome one of those right now. This is
I don't like this guy.
Daniel Berlin.
Sorry.
Here to talk us through Battlefield 5. We have some gameplay. I've had a doozy of a week. I can imagine. Man, the road up to E3 for us at IGN is stressful, but I've been looking
It's like
forward
talking
to
to a robot.
This is definitely the moment where it all pays off. Sweet. So I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to grill you about Battlefield 5, what we can expect. We're going to see some gameplay. So let's get right to it. We have some new modes, Airborne and the return of Majority Rule Conquest. Yes. They all combine in this really cool way, which is Grand Operations. So tell me about Grand Operations.
So yeah, the
What's up, Psycho?
is
Muscular Jared Fogle. Yeah, I mean, it's probably the best way to put it.
But we're kind of changing it up a bit. There was some problems with the mode, I think, in Battlefield 1. Often you could play the mode, but you actually got stuck, for example, fighting over one single church for almost an hour because you didn't actually progress because the defender stopped you. So we're changing the format.
So weird how many problems Battlefield has. Like, that's a shitload. The game's still really fun, but there's so many problems with Battlefield that people just pretend don't exist.
But it's actually, it's not calendar days. A day is represented by a match, and it's approximately...
And they don't learn either. Like, for like 3 fucking Battlefields, it's hard to get in a squad and stay in a squad.
Through these fictional days. And it's a modular mode in that sense, because we can actually customize and set up what mode we want to be representative on each day.
This is a lot like custom playlists, which is a feature that every Battlefield fan is familiar with, from servers running different playlists.
I haven't yet.
Of modes.
Alright, well, since I'm streaming, there's no format here. Okay, so I watched DOA 2, or not 2. DOA 6. I watched Soul Calibur 6. I watched Metro Exodus, which is the coolest thing I've watched so far. I think that's it so far. And then after this, I have Hitman 2. It's going to show gameplay, apparently. Days Gone gameplay, Octopath Traveler, Sekiro, Resident Evil 2, Pokemon Let's Go, Jump Force, Super Mario Party, Fire Emblem, Mario Tennis, World War Z's down here, Overkill's Walking Dead game, Control, and then Get the Fuck Out gameplay. So, if there's anything you want me to watch, let me know and I can put it in the queue. But I am prioritizing gameplay. Because, obviously, the conferences had their, like, presentation, like, videos. But I want to see, like, you know, people actually playing the fucking shit. So, yeah. World War Z is on here. Jesus Christ. All those tabs. Yeah. No, I went through. I was going to have Chevy do this, but he's been a very busy boy this weekend. Fucking sitting around playing Neo Kuni and then doing whatever the fuck he's doing right now. So, yeah. Like I said, if there's anything you want me to watch, let me know.
Toss it over to the weapons here.
Yeah,
you saw.
Although I am gonna try and stop around 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I don't, if I'm still watching videos by then, just because I don't want to stream all day. But although I may go and play a game and stream right after that, or go for a bike ride. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet.
And taking cues from the community in general to see, like, okay, what does the community want in terms of weaponry?
In terms of weaponry, let's not talk about sex. Don't wonder what the community wants when it comes to that.
Predictability to the weapons in that sense.
But weapons, yeah. Thompson submachine gun. That's what I want. I want a BAR. I want the bar. I want a PSSH. I want a Garand.
And also moving away from.
I want the M. What is it? M1 or M4? No, M1.
So basically,
is it the same weapon as the Grand? There's 2 different carbines. What's up, Chris? Why are you guys showing up all at once?
If you're using a
what the fuck's going on here?
You decide to go fully automatic, you're gonna see the weapon start to kicking and stuff like that. But
okay, so this is how the building works then. It's funny how they didn't really show this.
And so we're looking at building here.
That's cool.
A new and very welcome, if I might add, feature to Battlefield. I remember.
Need to finish the graded review of the conferences. Got distracted last night with Warframe's new Frame Farm. Frame Farm.
Yeah. Thankfully, you can rebuild. So tell me.
Yeah, I need to hop in there.
Are you able to just build in presets? Can you build anywhere? What's the deal?
So
presets. They said that.
It's a system that marries really well with our destruction system. Because yes, you can bring a lot of the stuff down in Battlefield. It's one of the things, and we've introduced it in Bad Company too. So this marries really well with that. But we have, in our take of this, is that we have a select preset of locations that you can build, but it's very, very extensive. So every single house, for example, you can board them up. You can board up windows.
Cool.
If you destroy a house, as you can see here in this footage, that you can actually read.
It's gonna make things really interesting. They're probably gonna throw out in the Battle Royale mode. I wonder if they made that feature just for that mode, and then they're like, might as well throw in the rest of the game.
Any class can pick up the toolbox, but the support class is the one that is the most proficient at it. And
okay, that's cool.
Class also has more utility. For example, machine guns and stationary weapons is something that
you're getting shot at, homie.
But something that actually the other.
What the fuck are you doing?
Tell me about the class changes from Battlefield 1 going to Battlefield 5.
Yeah, so what we're doing is that we're introducing what we're calling archetypes, which is basically subclasses of the classes that we have, and they have unique gameplay styles, for example. So at the build at EA Play, you'll be able to select the support class, for example. On this, there is the standard support player available, but you can also choose one of the archetypes, which is the machine gunner. And
you can also choose
specific type of abilities in terms of perks. That
I choose you, Pikachu's.
That character towards a specific type of gameplay style. So that subclass archetype has access to specific weaponry, specific gadgetry, and specific perks that leans it towards being a master at a certain task on the battlefield.
That's really exciting to kind of choose an archetype and live up a specific class fantasy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the battle royal and shit.
In Battlefield 5 here on IGN Live at E3 2018. So tell me, in terms of vehicles, what we can expect in terms of differences from Battlefield 1. Obviously, the planes are.
Oh, on the conference video? Yeah, it's a long one. I'm about
the biggest thing I want to mention
4/5 through it.
That we're actually that we're introducing, which is called the squad reinforcements, which is actually.
Yeah, I would be really upset if you could build everywhere because it would make it too fucking too cartoony, too zany.
Execute squad actions and execute team play actions such as capturing point. You would generate specific squad reinforcement, you can call in super powerful vehicles through this, like the Churchill flamethrower tank or the Sturm Tiger tanks, and these are squad-centered vehicles that really, when
call in
vehicles.
vehicles.
If you're not playing a particular class, or even if you're not in a vehicle that can handle these vehicles, you should pretty much just leave.
Interesting. That sounds like a pretty big feature. So there's a lot more control over the ability to get in a vehicle. I remember back in like the Battlefield 2 days, just hoping you spawn by the helicopter was kind of the mechanism to be a pilot. But now you have greater control over that, is what you're saying?
Well, the how you spawn into the vehicles is similar to the system in BF1, but the squad reinforcement ones are the ones that you actually have to earn them, and then you can call them in, and they're exclusive for your squad.
Okay. So it's like specific people.
Super powerful vehicle that you can use to turn a match around, basically. And within this system, there's additional stuff like the V1 rocket, for example, is also a part of these squad reinforcements that you can call.
Very interesting. One of my favorite things about Battlefield 1, whether intentional or not, is the arsenal that was available during that time and how that kind of slowed everything down.
Yeah.
I think I got a little bit of fatigue around Battlefield 4 when it was just that guy who's really good at a helicopter spawn killing me over and over. Obviously no helicopters in World War I or World War II. So was that an intentional...
Oh, there was prototypes around World War II. Be janky as fuck flying around in those though.
For now, are we keeping it very basic, very boots on the ground?
I think in terms of what weaponry we decided to go with early, so it's like we have this aspect that we want to kind of show players.
What is he doing?
The
guy was like leaning back.
So there's going to be weaponry in there that is going to be like, oh, I haven't seen this before, you know. But there's also going to be those very, very iconic weapons, such as the MG42, which is just a complete beast, and that is one of those weapons that is particularly effective.
Wow, that's actually a really big fucking map.
Just ripping through buildings. So if you buy part of one of those things and you have enemies clustering up in a building, they can't be safe from you anymore. You can just shoot straight through the walls and take them out.
So clearly a little bit indicative of the fact that it is a secret, so you may not be able to tell me about anything here, but the secret weapons.
Shooter!
Are we getting into like weird occult stuff? What's going on with this? Or is this just
what's going on, Nick?
The artillery gun that can fire across the English?
Nick Cook, right?
Those were the things that I mentioned before. The secret weapons are...
I got that right this time, I hope.
Tanks that you can green, like the flame-throwing Churchill tank or the Sturm Tiger, or for say the V1 rocket that you gain access to by executing team play actions, playing the objective.
Cool.
Playing with your squad. So that's what you get.
I like the idea of incentivizing doing the fucking objectives.
All right, we're seeing a little bit of gameplay here of an SMG.
Hope this game does fucking terrible.
What is essentially a red dot sight.
It's not gonna. It's not gonna, Nick.
And level up your character, unlock aesthetics and different things.
I can respect the want of that,
yeah,
but
so we're going much deeper in terms of progression.
it's just like when people say Call of Duty's dead. Nah, it's not. It's not close.
From the community, they really want us to go deep on player progression. So when you're playing with these weapons and when you're playing with specific classes, and when you're playing with a specific weapon, you will level up that weapon, and you get to look how do I want my weapon to play. And you can actually, when you're playing the game, you can decide to customize a weapon a certain
I do pretty
way.
good in Battlefield just because I'm an objective nut. Like, you don't even have to get a lot of kills and still be at like the top of the fucking list in that game as long as you're... Maybe I should play Battlefield 1. I really want to play. I want to shoot some shit. Yeah, that's one thing I really like about Battlefield is the incentives of doing the objectives. So if they're adding more stuff to make people want to do that, it's good because people still don't play medic very well. People still just run around looking for kills and shit. And then there had like I remember it was like some guy got like fucking 25, 30 kills or whatever. And he was like at like the middle to the bottom of the list. And I'm like, was it worth it?
Going into this is that Battlefield has never been paid to win. So Battlefield will never be paid to win. So at launch, like, if you have anything that is this purchasable...
I agree it hasn't been paid to win, but I could make an argument against that if I wanted to, because in Battlefield 3 you could buy all the weapons. Which I don't think there's a problem with that, but it seems easy to say, hey, you don't have to... You can buy progression, essentially.
Tides of War is like, we want people to go on a journey through World War II, and so when we start the game, we have a certain set of maps and a certain amount of content. But since we're now removing premium, like you mentioned, you will go on this journey with your friends, and everyone is included.
God, getting rid of premiums, they had to do that.
Going through the types of war. We will take you to new theaters of war.
Battlefield's like the king of fucking separating communities.
Theaters of war, basically.
Oh, you guys all like this game? Well, you guys play over there, you guys play over here. You guys don't even get to play at all because the server doesn't let you fucking join up to it together.
That's what builds your company. And the company is a huge thing for Battlefield 5. It's your personal company where you will add new soldiers, you will add new class archetypes, for example, and you will add new weaponry, new vehicles, new airplanes, new tanks, new customization to those vehicles, and so on and so forth. So as you will go through the different types of war, you will actually see your company banned, and then change the way they look and change the way they play.
We've been speaking a lot about multiplayer, and frankly, that's where I spend 99.9% of my time in Battlefield. But let's speak about these little vignettes, the single player, or actually now they're co-op, correct?
Well, there's a separate co-op mode called Combined Arms.
I did the class progression skip Battlefield 4 for support class only because I never played it. See, okay, so that's the thing. Is like when it first came out, people were kind of pissed about it, but it doesn't bother me specifically. Per game, it changes per game, but in Battlefield, most of the weapons don't necessarily get better. You get some guns that are like a little more advanced in certain things, but they still don't do great at other things. But the thing is in Battlefield, you can really kill somebody with like the first gun. I remember in Battlefield 3, I was using one of the beginning guns, or the FAMAS or whatever, which I think is like one of the earlier guns you unlock. I was using that thing for fucking ever. Like, I unlocked a bunch of other weapons, and it's all about preference in Battlefield. Like, which one do you like the stats of the best? Like, you're not getting, like, even in Call of Duty, fucking the guns you unlock later, like, you can, it doesn't matter. Like, so, since Battlefield has so much time it takes to unlock things, there's so much content to unlock in that game. If you're somebody who works all the time and you just don't have the time to fully enjoy that fucking game because you don't have the time to put into it, I don't see a problem with buying the content because it isn't necessarily giving you an edge. It's just allowing you to use the content now as opposed to essentially working for it. Now, the purists that think about working for it, it's like the only way to do it. You're not going to be able to convince them otherwise because they see value in the idea of the time they put in. I don't care about that. I just care about the unlocking aspect. I've never bought the guns in Battlefield because I do have the time to play it. But I've never judged people who do it in that game specifically just because, like I said, it's not giving you anything more. If there's like an upgrade to a tank that was like the best thing that killed all tanks, that would be an issue. But like I said, in Battlefield, guns are guns. They're just slightly different. I didn't see any perks to buying it other than getting it now as opposed to earning it. So I don't know, and people are going to be all over the place on that argument as well, but like I said, it's a game-to-game thing. Depends on what you're getting that other people aren't for the money. So
from Battlefield 1, it felt like we really found our way, you know, the way we do single player for Battlefield. So we're bringing that back. And what you saw,
like they're adding specializations in this or whatever, and as you keep playing, like you unlock them. If you could just unlock those, like because they give you perks, if you can unlock those with money, that'd be shitty. Just because it's giving you new access to abilities that other people will have to take their time to do. So I don't know. It's similar to the gun thing, but like I said, the guns, you can use a fucking like level 1, start the game, whatever rifle throughout the whole fucking game and do just as good as anybody else. So at least I could. I don't know.
Today was short little.
Like I said, even in Call of Duty, it's like that though. I remember in Black Ops, I used the first fucking rifle, the one you start with every time. Like throughout most of my multiple prestiges. Obviously, I'd fuck around with other guns, but that was like my go-to just because it was so good.
In the midst of
Enfield, the Enfield.
Occupied Norway, and in her quest to save herself and to save her family.
Now this is really exciting. We're looking at some sniper.
Nice shot.
I'm guilty of sitting in the back, not pushing the objective, but having a disgustingly good kill-death ratio. I love sniping in Battlefield 1, and I can't wait to try it in Battlefield 5. And there's a feature that's really exciting to me, and that's bullet penetration.
Yes.
So tell me about high-caliber bullet penetration.
Yeah. So we're kind of taking a caliber approach to this game, and we want to have the same mentality in terms of like what you expect to happen is going to happen. So higher caliber bullets will
that's weird that's just making its way to Battlefield now.
and lower caliber bullets will not, basically. But the general mentality that we have is if you're standing in front of a door with a pistol and you expect you should be able to shoot through this door with the pistol, you should be able to, but you might not be able to shoot through the wall. That's where the heavy caliber weapon comes in. So it's all about kind of like grounding it in that sense of believability. So what I would expect to happen in the real world would happen in the game.
Very cool. I have to ask about Battle Royale, or as I like to call it,
What's up, Jeremy?
Royale Field.
So I'm wondering if there's like a team that's in a building hanging out, and you don't have a tank, but you have like your whole squad there. If you just unload into the building with your guns just all at once, every fucking inch of that thing, would you kill their whole squad? Because that'd be cool.
Any details to share on that? And what are you trying to accomplish there? How are you going to make this different or unique, but also keep it Battlefield?
I don't have any details as right now, but what I can say is that just that thing. We want to make it uniquely Battlefield. So we're going to lean heavily into the things that makes Battlefield Battlefield.
I don't know what a uniquely Battlefield Battle Royale is.
Strong aspects of this offering, basically.
Wonderful. Daniel Berlin.
I am excited though more for the Call of Duty Battlefield or Battle Royale, just because how fucking buttery smooth Call of Duty plays.
So don't go anywhere.
As I get older and grumpier, FPS games look a bit more appealing. I don't know what that says about you or the rest of us, because they've always been appealing to me. I love first-person shooters. Although as I get older, I've become less competitive. I used to be very, very competitive. I still am competitive, but not nearly as much as I used to be. I mean, like now, I'll fucking, in the middle of a match, just get on my phone and start looking through, and I'll be getting shot, and I'm like, eh. Our next video is Hitman 2 Miami gameplay. If it's not gameplay, we'll be skipping, but it's 14 minutes, so I'm assuming it is. And I want to let everybody know as well, if there is a video that I have not watched, that you'd like me to watch that's gameplay related to something of E3, let me know and I will watch it. I'll put it in the queue. As you can see, I got a bunch of fucking tabs open. I've already watched Soul Calibur 6, Dead or Alive 6, both looking really good. I'm surprised. It's been 7 years since DOA came out, which no wonder I forgot it existed. Very excited for that because DOA was one of my favorite fighting games. And then I also watched Metro Exodus, which looks fucking amazing. I can't wait to buy that. And then, yeah, we just watched Battlefield, so that's where we're at now. Also, I'm going to use this time real quick to let people know on Twitch to go over to Tasty Loot Gaming on YouTube, like and subscribe, and watch our weekly content. We do at least 2 shows a week, news related, and then a podcast where we talk about random things, react to things, blah, 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 blah. Resident Evil 2 is on the tabs. It's about 4 in, so we'll be getting there soon. And then if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go to Twitch and follow Tasty Senpai, all one word. Hit the notification button to know when I go live, when I do these random streams, even though I stream on both things. So really, wherever the fuck you want to watch me, you can do it. Yeah. So, Hitman 2 Miami gameplay. Probably will only watch this a little bit unless they start saying something about features that they did not have in the other one. Because I already expect a certain thing. Wow, this one's loud.
Miami, 47. The innovation
yeah, well, I saw the fucking
and it is down to the wire.
The fucking trailer.
For the final laps of this unexpectedly close race.
Yeah, and I have watched a little bit of Resident Evil 2 already gameplay, and it looks fucking like better than I thought it was gonna be. So, but I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
Roams the nearby expo building where Kronstadt is showcasing its new prototype car. The Kronstadt RK Mark III has seen fierce competition from the Chinese Kowloon Heavy Industries' new racer. Moses Lee, CEO of Kowloon, has taken a dominant lead and looks invincible. Sierra Knox will need to risk it all if she wants to win for the 3rd year in a row. The stakes are as high.
So, is this a racing game? Like, why are we fucking hearing about the cars? Let's go. Where's Agent 47? Start choking people. I need people choked, goddammit. Oh, looking very casual. No belt, though. I guess you don't need one. Looks better. Looks smoother. Nice shoes.
Sir, I will have to check you if you
nice bald.
okay? This'll just take a sec, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want to see if there's anything new.
All right. Good job, sir. Thank you.
Good job? I've never walked through anything where they had to fucking grab my balls to see if I had a weapon and fucking been told good job. And yes, every single time I go through any of these things, they're always fucking... That's never happened. Looking densely populated, very Hitman. Looking very intricately designed, very Hitman. People doing menial tasks, very Hitman. Although Hitman's looking very, very très chic. You've been recorded by security camera. Ooh, shit.
Didn't meet her though. Shame.
Lol, goddamn. Lol, I legit forgot we were watching a Hitman trailer for a second. Like, what racing game is this? Dude, I felt the same thing, and I'm the one who fucking clicked this. I know it's Hitman. And the whole time she's like, the Cal Wound's gonna win, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't care about it. But I do care about Dr. Pop and Fountain View.
You are invading my personal space, sir.
I'm about to get in your personal space. Is there room for two in that costume?
Yeah, I know it's...
Fuck yeah. Okay, this guy's doing what I would do. I would kill the shit out of that guy. I should play more than the first level of the last Hitman. I was just really burnt out from the one before that was awful. But Blood Money was amazing. And in the interest of time, let's, looks like he gets in the shit, walks around for a while. Let's fucking go to this point. Because I ain't got time for this. It is me, the Flamingos. If you had any slight inkling... Oh, the cops are here, fuck. If you had any slight inkling of, like, somebody could potentially hurt you, you probably wouldn't think the Flamingo. You're like, the guy who's wearing that has no dignity and is working for minimum wage. He's not gonna do shit. That guy's lazy as fuck. Play the rest of the game as a Flamingo. Agent Flamingo. Flamingo 47. New challenge run for a game that's not out yet. Fucking A. This is very pink. Man, that's one thing they did really good in Blood Money with the densely populated areas. It's nice for a game where you have to assassinate people because there's a lot of ability to blend in and try and spot people like this fucking dude. And you take his goddamn outfit. But in Blood Money they had this, I remember at the time I was super impressed with it. It's a Mardi Gras level. And like the streets were just like an ocean of people. It might not be like that now, but I remember that's what it was like before. It's kind of like when you play Medal of Honor Allied Assault back in the day, and you do the D-Day level, and you're like, oh my god, this is so realistic. This is D-Day. And then you look at it now, and it's like, it looks like Mars. It's just so empty. It's an empty beach, and it's got like 3 people on it running up the beach, and you're like, how the hell did I think this was, you know, D-Day? You don't see me blending into the crowd as giant pink bird. I mean, you could. You could. He is. He's blending in. These guys are like, oh, it's Master Chef. Damn! He threw a fish into a dude fucking like 1 foot away so hard it knocked him out. This is a banger. This is a good song. Probably get one. We could probably get one. I want a flamingo with Agent 47's face in its neck emoji. I feel like the amount of costumes that Agent 47 has worn and the amount of activities he has had to do to maintain his cover, that he's probably a really fucking talented dude. The guy could probably make a mean drink. He's probably really good at cooking. Ring sneaky.
Should I call a doctor or something?
What's that guy? Oh, he sipped on that fucking on that juice.
This is not happening.
It's okay.
Just go ahead.
Hey, the AI knew. The AI got suspicious. They saw him and they're like, "Hey!" And then he fucking went, "Oh, what's up, fishy boy?" and fucking hit him in the face.
47.
All right, in the interest of time, where does this go? To the garage. Sabotage. Oh, that's it. He's gonna blow him up.
Well done. Everyone still has their fingers, I hope. Good pit stop. Fast, clean, no red tape. I like it. The last person secure the victory.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. I'm not gonna now. I just had to hear your fucking grating voice. They just pulled the gun out. Yeah, do it in front of everybody?
See that red car, 47? That's the Kronstadt.
Wow, didn't even fucking wait. Very abrupt. Okay, well that looks exactly like Hitman. So, yeah, next video is Days Gone gameplay demo. Hopefully they can elaborate a little bit on why I need to buy this game, because I'm probably going to get it, but everything I keep watching on it is very slightly diminishing my interest in it. So, hopefully this gets me fucking rock hard. I will try to make that. Have nice day. Have nice day.
Hello everyone, I'm Alana and welcome back to IGN Live at E3 2018. Today I am joined by John and Jeff from the Days.
Wow, her accent is
Now, guys, I'm
disappearing.
very excited about your game. There's one thing that I really have to ask based on public perception. How similar is Days Gone going to be to The Last of Us?
You know, we are huge fans of The Last of Us. We just saw their trailer. It's amazing. Days Gone is an open world game set.
Oh, well there's a bunch of fucking zombies right there.
Deacon St. John, who's a bounty hunter, a drifter. He's riding his drifter bike along the broken road.
Their trailers are bad, because this is the best thing I've seen since the original fucking video.
You know, that it's not very similar.
We don't think so. I mean, yeah, and you will find a bigger fan of Tilu than me. So
Tilu, I like that.
Yeah, you know, there are a lot of influences in this game. You know,
Why is she bringing that up right in the beginning? Oh, you guys have a zombie game. Are you ripping off fucking Last of Us?
As far as like how to reach the bar, you know, it shows us where the bar is and shows us how high to reach for sure.
Days Gone, the game that keeps getting a little worse each time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this right here is literally what I wanted to see. This is the most exciting thing I've seen of the game so far. So.
Pre-alpha footage is what we released before. Now it's running at locked 30 frames a second. We got our final lighting.
We're locked at 30 frames per second.
Uniquely animated when you see them charging after you too. Like I can't see a lot of repetition in animations there.
Yeah, this is 250 NPCs coming at the player at
That's
once.
terrifying.
Yeah. The best
awesome.
metaphor I can use is it's a tidal wave.
Yeah.
It's just crashing into
That kind of game. Yeehaw, boy, shooting zombies with a machine gun. What's up, Cody?
And it just doesn't stop coming.
Yeah, boy.
And it's our coolest feature, no doubt. And
it's definitely one of the ways we show off the dynamic nature of the world, because how you fight the Horde is completely up to you.
Yeah.
You can craft explosives and explodables, or you can bring in huge magazines of ammunition. You can craft crossbow bolts that explode, and you can use the environment to your advantage. It just depends on how you want to play it.
yeah, once you bring everything into this space, when you're playing through it, you're running forward and you're constantly scanning ahead. You're like, okay, well, there's something over there that looks like I could probably explode it. I could place a detonator on it. I can maybe I can slip through this crack in a shipping container.
Can you climb anything?
Distance. You're just constantly scanning, and it's an adrenaline rush, even for us, as we still.
Yeah, no, this does look way better, because fucking the last like 2 trailers they've shown were just so like he's stabbing some dude in the street.
Challenging is what
It's like that's not what I fucking got interest in this game for. I'm not trying to play goddamn Sons of Anarchy, the game.
I like to think that the players, you know, they do have a lot of ways they can choose to approach any situation.
Oh, cool logs.
On a small level or on a big level. They just
See, this looks cool. Now I'm interested
how much
again.
they want to level them up and choose particular skills that suit their playstyle. How much they want to like.
Okay,
level
why are
up
you
his
driving like an
attributes
asshole?
So he can run faster or further, so he can stay in focus mode for longer, so he has more health. And you know, if you leverage those systems, the world's going to be safer, but it's still always going to be coming for you, and you're going to be able to, you know.
You almost drove right into a fucking pole there, buddy.
A little bit easier, but it's not as thrilling when it's perfectly safe.
Yeah.
This guy drives like an
All
asshole.
the time. So we have survivor encampments where it's actually safe. You can level up there. You can purchase.
I'm actually surprised they never made it.
Depending on your trust level that you've earned.
I think this is the closest thing you're getting.
Anything can happen, and that's what we were going for. Is that sense
Sons of Anarchy in post-apocalyptic world.
The danger changes, the type of danger.
Damn, he's spry with his little fucking pooch.
Even if you're not getting attacked, you might get attacked, and that constantly creates a sense of anxiety. And like if you saw
So the zombies eat each other?
There's a quiet moment at the end.
What a safe driver. He didn't run anything over, even through a crowd. Although he did slide right into a pole, and there was like no impact. He just kind of scooted away from it, so that was convenient. It's a very, very friendly game that allows you to drive like that with no risk.
To repair it, and you have to go find it, or you have to pay somebody to bring it back to the encampment.
Good eye, mate.
You get one. And that's part of Deacon's background. And, that's
And they're all bald. I mean, might as well be. Gives zombies less things to grab at.
Love of the open road, his desire to not be under authority, his need for freedom, but it's mostly about the bike. And he has this.
It's not something you really see or hear about too often in zombie apocalypse, but when zombies grabbing at you, it might not just be your clothes, it might be your hair. Might grab your fucking perm and just. If you ain't got that, you wax, you smooth out your head, put some grease up there, and they're all grabbing at it. Can't get a grip.
The quality of life issues of just managing your own personal inventory.
You got to jump through some Jackie Chan shit and slip right through head first. It's the perfect point of entry.
And the damage level of it, and it's amazing how something that seems
damn, you're jerking off the back of that police car.
Is really kind of thrilling because it does get the
off of the bike. Okay, them too. Fucking, they're extra slippy as well.
So any opportunity we can take to believably and consistently kind of remind him that
maybe the virus makes your hair fall out. It's alopecia, fucking zombie virus.
And puts him in situations he didn't expect and anticipate. He loses control, and it's actually been one of the things that people have played it. They just get it and they compliment us on it just because it is.
You can smoke them out.
But it fits the action.
Wow, those guys are fucking Blues Brothers.
Completely upgradable. So you have like 20 different part systems, from the fuel tank to the engine to the chassis, and all of that is basically up to you. It's like how do you want to ride the bike? It's got a drifting mechanic that allows you to turn really tight corners. Riding on muddy roads at night in the rain can be really scary anyway, and if you run out of gas, if you don't like that, then go and earn trust at the encampment buy a bigger gas tank, buy a more efficient,
buy a bigger engine if you want to go faster, buy nitrous if you want to boost, buy more fuel efficient parts.
And if you like color, you can modify the bike to be pretty much whatever you
Whose
want.
dad is
you can
this?
choose colors that Deacon St. John would hate.
Just make it bright.
It's like they showed him the game and he got like, oh, this is neat.
So I did wanna
Now he wants to tell everybody about it. That's what my son made.
World biking games that I can think of. Did you guys have to
Zombie
design
Apocalypse of Billy
open world
Corgan's.
with making
Fucking A.
commercial fun in mind?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, we call
on foot and
on
Just
bike.
talking conspiracy theories and talking about how they saw a werewolf in real life.
To stop the hordes, they were blowing up the bridges.
When he's on Joe Rogan talking about that, I was like, they're like, oh, I'll tell you off camera. I'm like, dude, I gotta hear that story. I gotta hear Billy Corgan talk about a man turning into a wolf.
Just breaks everything up. The roads are a mess, so you end up doing a lot of off-roading, and it's, you know, number one, it's really fun to just ride it. But we also had the environment team work really hard.
This guy doesn't even care about the zombie aspect of the game. He just keeps fucking talking about that bike.
We don't have artificial anything. It all feels natural, part of the world. And man, when you're riding really fast on a mountain road and then you hit a rock and you're like sailing through the air and you're catching air, that's just a lot of fun. So yeah, the entire world was designed around that mechanic.
So we've spoken a little bit about bike customization. What can we expect from Deacon's customization?
So Deacon's customization, he's got a skill tree that kind of fits in 3 different branches that are tailored to the IP. I don't think we're really
If it's
talking
not
about
on
that,
record,
but
it was
take
fake.
Deacon from a biker who's capable of surviving. You know,
Dude designed that
he can
bike.
Fight, he can shoot a little bit, but
Probably.
the skills really help him become a better survivalist and a harder survivor, and really kind of help him face the challenges of this world.
Why hey, werewolf exists.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen him.
his attributes.
I haven't seen him.
So, you know,
But Billy Corgan told me they do too, so
he can improve. The players have
it's possible.
freedom to choose their focus,
You're one?
stamina, or health. Which one of those is?
I thought I knew you, Jeremy.
And in what order they want to get them, and they have to puzzle out certain scenarios.
Riding horses by day, werewolfing by night.
Actually, in previous videos.
Haha, I don't remember that. But if anyone gonna claim to see a shapeshifter, it's him. Yeah, it was on last time he was on Joe Rogan. He was fucking talking about it towards the end. Joe Rogan brought it up. He's like, "So is it true that you've seen a werewolf or a shapeshifter?" And fucking Billy Corgan's like, "Yeah, I have." And he's like, "You want to talk about that?" He's like, "Well, it's supposed to be in his book coming up or something." But he's like, "I'll tell you about it off camera." And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? That's what I watched this for." Well, I got 500 grains of freedom lead. That could have your name on it. Freedom lead. Fucking A.
Like how he looks, because that's all built.
That's scary. That's a threat.
There are key places where he changes how he looks, and it's very, very important.
So there are actually choices in the game. You can make some major decisions.
She said that like they suck. There's actually choices in the game.
Affect both the story and Deacon.
They actually play a pretty important role.
Who the hell's Deacon? Is that this guy?
A certain amount of player agency in the key storyline. So it's all about you and your best
Freedom
friend,
led,
your
dog.
friend,
Fucking
so he's more than
pumping him full of it.
brother, right? You were both members of the MC. You both survived the apocalypse together, and now it's just the two of you against the world. And so, you know, Boozer has a certain way of thinking, a certain code of ethics.
Boozer?
Deacon has his own, and when those two
Oh boy, it's your buddy Boozer out here by the garage, sifting through the garbage. Would you look at that? It's a zombie. Zombie jumping up on the roof.
Yeah, I think
I'm sorry.
From the high level like that to very very specific choices to the way he wants to customize himself.
That guy's got a can of
This
fucking
scenario
Campbell's
this
soup
scenario
on his
right here,
gun.
you've got a death wish. From a design point of view, we used to like hyperscript missions that were very specific and very cinematic and kind of had all these like pre-scripted beats. But now in the open world context,
Ew, are those
we can say, hey,
kids?
Deacon's goal is right here.
Is there zombie
Everything
kids?
that stands between him and it provides the experience, and the player can choose. I'm gonna go this way, and I'm gonna do
Holy
that,
shit, I'm buying the game for that alone.
And you know, there's just hundreds.
Unless they're just little people.
Small choices and playthroughs that come
Just
out
a bunch of Warwick Davises fucking.
and varied in the outcomes.
I know that for individual
I would love
missions,
that.
we've seen gameplay where you can choose how you're approaching things very differently. Is the story
Nice
structure
shoes,
linear?
mate.
Can you go out in the open world and just pause the main story and do whatever you want and talk to different people and
Those are
things in
hobbits.
different orders?
Zombie out here just trying to do parkour. Shot him. Asshole main character. I know that zombie looked like not involved with him at all. He's like, oh fuck, I'm about to practice my catting and my fucking tic tacs and shit. About to do some Kong vaults up this building and oh, got shot.
And that trust
It's discrimination, I tell ya.
Purchase upgrades to your bike and better weapons and so on. So yeah, it's completely up to the player how you want to play the game.
I've even likened it kind of, from what I can tell, it's more like Far Cry than The Last of Us in It's just a lot of open world chaotic
Would
fun.
you stop trying to find something to like
Think
fucking?
of it more like Days Gone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard of that video.
That's like when you talk to like if you ever talk to someone in a band or whatever, or you go to a show and you get to talk to the people. When you listen to people go like, "Oh man, I love your music. You sound like this." Nobody who makes anything wants to hear that ever.
You see that he's lost someone. Everybody's lost someone.
Like I get if you're just like a fan, you want to say it, whatever. But like she's interviewing these guys, and you're just like, "Oh, it's fucking this is Last of Us, right?" Wait, no. It's Far Cry, right? You make it Far Cry?
Kind of a, and if he passed, but he's a human like everybody else, and how is he going to deal with losing everything? And so we follow his story as he interacts with other people throughout the world. He goes on an epic journey in Days Gone.
Damn, he pulled that thing out of his pocket with the can. Oh, he's got a holster, but still, I don't think it's got a fucking a trip mine on the end of a pistol holster. I think the big guy's more interested in her, and he's trying to impress her with boring facts about the bike. And you mean that guy's dad? Yeah, probably. Back when I was younger, I was on the football team. I used to get girls like you all the time. Let me tell you about my bike. I ride a bike.
He could use a gun, and so that outsider status, he didn't need to go to the authorities.
Yeah, this is Last of Us, right? Last of Cry.
I mean, he's an outsider for a reason. Yeah. People aren't necessarily his forte, and he has to when he loses Boozer.
In this scene right here,
right here.
Yeah, so
I mean, it really pushes Deacon. So I mean, Deacon grows throughout this story. He doesn't stay the same.
Wait, so you're telling me about the fucking story already? Why do I need to play it?
Story of brotherhood of him and his friend Boozer and how he keeps Boozer alive.
We got plenty of brotherhood out here with Boozer.
That's only one part of a much bigger story.
So
me and him are such good friends. We're like brothers.
What do you think makes him likable?
Oh, I think that he's likable because he never gives up.
Yeah.
Right, so
damn, why is she interrogating them? What makes your character likable? Would you ask that to most other games? This is weird.
He doesn't give up, and he does find a way to sort of regain his humanity. I mean, I like to think of it as a story of redemption. So, by the time
it's almost over. Fuck it.
You see where he starts, and you kind of see where his journey to where he ends. I think it's uplifting, and I think that's the kind of story I like. Yeah. And that's what I'm looking for in any kind of an experience, whether it's film, novel, game. I really want to have somebody tell me, hey, this is a positive thing. This is not like a bummer.
And it's Sam Witwer as well, right?
Yeah. Sam Witwer, yeah.
He's a very likable guy himself.
Oh, weird.
So I did want to ask you guys, you were the first ones, I think, to announce the February 22nd, 2019
Yes, thank you for remembering that.
Yeah. How weird has that been, seeing all these other games get that same date?
Hey, most of our games, I mean, in the 20 plus
yeah, February's going to be fucked.
Games, we kind of consider this our quarter. This is, we're typically February and March, except for maybe one title. So yeah, we were there first.
We were there first. I want to remind everybody of that.
I imagine it's pretty strange, but last question.
So I'm saying, dude.
Most excited about? What's your favorite thing about the game?
Oh, I think that all the systems coming together for the player.
She's trying to get them fucking facts in. She's trying to.
It's a journey getting there.
Anybody's like, oh, this is our new game. And she's like, oh wow, looks great. What are you gonna be able to do in it? They show their game, and she's like, what makes him likable? Tell me 3 reasons why this isn't The Last of Us. Oh, it's not The Last of Us? Tell me give me 3 reasons this isn't Far Cry.
There's a million stories to be told in this, and
why should I give a fuck about your game?
Different playthroughs and different playstyles. So
that's why this guy's sweating. He's like, oh shit.
It was a bit of a gamble.
I'm excited for the way we've managed to integrate storytelling with an open, dynamic world, because I think we've done a really good job of keeping the tone consistent, keeping the experience flow consistent. You never feel like, oh, okay, I just dropped out of the.
Bro, your PlayStation pin's upside down.
Really weird and obnoxious. It's all one thing, and that's something that I have not seen in this type of a game before. So I'm excited by that.
Game too, so thank you guys so much for joining us. Of course, the game is out February 22nd.
Hey, thanks for showing us Last of Us.
Play it on the show floor.
I mean, Far Cry. All right, next game is Octopath Traveler, which has come out for Switch.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time to take a look at Octopath Traveler, one of my most anticipated games. Daniel,
damn, what's he got, a fucking airbag in his pants?
Just get you a desk.
I know, might as well just start working here.
Yeah,
kind of works out well.
So we're going to take a look at some gameplay of Octopath Traveler here. This is a game that, is striking at a glance.
Yes.
When you see this, you're like, wow.
Yeah, the visuals of it,
wow.
I keep referring to as kind of an HD 2D visual effect from it in Square. It has that really strong feel of almost like a pop-up book.
Yeah.
So right here, you almost feels like you're looking into like a diagram, some kind of a pop-up book going on. We released a demo last year. We have a new demo out today.
Exactly.
So you can check this game out for sure. What we're showing
his
here
pants?
Be a little bit different. We're going to jump about 30 hours into the game, something like that.
He's got a pizza slice in his pants.
So we have all the travelers kind of bound together. Here we have 4 of
That's
them
all D.
together.
They call Damon fucking
and actually,
You'll double D.
One of our travelers was able to use a path action.
He needs to be wearing more
guide, the cleric. And she's able
more
to pull
supportive
forward
pants,
to join her side.
more
So
lenient
that's why you saw the
pants in the D region.
Sure. So that's something you should be able to
Looks
use
cramped,
in
dog.
to call something out as they get further in that one as well.
And this goddamn Pee Wee Herman
Very
pants.
striking visuals, but the gameplay is
Dirty Dick
pretty
Damon.
classic
That's
JRPG, is that right?
that's what they call him. Old Triple D.
Into the game as you're doing that one, but a lot of it, it's a
old Dirt Dick's here.
You want to go really deep into what's going on. There's a lot to learn, a lot to discover. If not, that's also
You'll be able to walk through that doorway with the fucking
but it does build and make you learn
with the old Triple D there, Damon.
So right now we just actually left the town of Saints Bridge, and now we're heading to an area called Mirkwood.
Yes.
Mirkwood Trail. And here's you can see the enemies up here. Up at the top, you can see all the people whose turn it is, where they're going to go in this round, and where they are in the next round. And you can, and there's a lot of, and then on the right you see all your characters that you got there of Cyrus, Ophelia, Ulbrich, and Tracer, all different. Cyrus is a scholar, Ophelia is a cleric, Ulbrich's the warrior, and Tracer is the merchant.
There, is that our follower just joined
this looks
in?
cool.
Yes, the follower just joined in. Yes, the follower so the cleric Ophelia has called in the follower who has an axe, which if you notice the vulnerabilities underneath the enemies. Those little icons.
Oh, cool, yeah.
You actually can see what they're vulnerable to. Now, normally when you first start, you don't know anything.
Let's see if Dirty Dick Damon asked this guy why these characters should be liked.
Or if you have certain characters,
or what other games this game is actually trying to be.
For the first time, it'll unlock or discover one of those vulnerabilities for free, just kind of automatically. They're inherent abilities.
This game looks pretty cool. I love this kind of game. No, yeah, me too.
Octopath Traveler seems strange at first, but it actually makes a lot of sense. There's 8 characters. Right?
It reminds me of PlayStation era RPGs. Because PlayStation had like a lot of there's like a game like called Beyond the Beyond, which was like whatever. I wasn't really big on it, but like it kind of like had something similar to the way this looks, kind of. Or I think I might be thinking of the wrong game. But there's like some RPGs that had like this kind of like flat but also 3D look to them.
Yep. Any way you want, and they all have their different appeals to them. They have like their path actions, like for instance Primrose, who was in the previous demo, she's the ability to allure by dancing to get followers.
Hey, Dirty Dick, give me 5 reasons why these people should even be liked. If I don't like them, I'm not getting it, and if you don't convince me to like them, I'm not even going to consider liking them.
The scholar has the ability to kind of get scrutinized and get more.
The most important thing in gaming is likability when it comes to personality.
The warrior can challenge.
Without it, you don't got a game. You got trash, Dirty Dick. You got trash. As if he made it. I don't know why I'm talking to him. I just like saying Dirty Dick.
And then you see leveling
you old dirt dick bastard.
And not building your party and customizing how you want that party to really function. And then you can start learning secondary jobs. So you can start learning, if you don't have all the jobs you have, you only have 4 of your travelers. Let's say you want the thief, you want his jobs, you can have this person as a secondary one to start learning new things as best you can and start really customizing all these characters the way you want.
So you start out with one character, and then just throughout the course of playing the game, you start to meet more?
You start being able to explore the other areas, the other realms that are in the map of this world. And start finding out and that's how you start encountering all those other characters and start bringing them together to build your party up bigger.
And in terms of seeing each character's story through to the end, like, is that something you have to select, or does it just happen naturally as you?
It's kind of more of a progression as you start going through a more natural progression. When you meet that new character, you now start you play through their story and how that plays out and what you want to discover from that end as well.
I see. Does each character have their own ending?
You'll have to stay tuned for that. We don't give away too much of the story.
That's a yes.
You want to kind of build up into all that and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And get further.
That's a yes.
And really discover how these characters all how do they all interact? What's going on? What is the overall story of trying to save? What is going on in this world, and how you can help everybody out?
And each character acts as a different class. Is that correct?
Essentially, yeah. So like as the warrior has a lot more weapons, they have the ability to have 3 different weapons to fight with. Again, like the vulnerabilities matter when you start looking at those different weapons. There's kind of elemental attacks, which is kind of like magic to that extent people might see. There's like you have the elements of like wind and lightning, fire, ice, water kind of scenario. That's kind of all built into this game as well. So you start really figuring out how you can start using all these different skills to get further in the game.
And so during combat, is it true you have to weaken the enemies down and then do some sort of like a final attack to defeat them?
You can do that. So if you know their vulnerabilities, so like right here, you're able to break through and then call what's called a.
All right, I need to see something else. Where's another place? What is this shit right here?
I got a question. I'll check into that one for sure. I can't remember exactly how that one works. We can check in on that one to see.
Goddamn tanky fish! I hate the fucking tanky fish.
When you level up, do your stats just increase automatically, or is there any sort of like skill tree that
there is going to be other stuff you'll be able to use and start churning how you want to build up those skills.
Ooh, I like the way that looks. That's cool.
To really optimize what kind of combat you want to get involved with. Oh, we just entered the forest.
Yeah.
If you notice, the lantern she's using right there is a nice dark shadow. You can see how the mist is involved. Back to that graphical HD 2D you mentioned before.
Yeah.
That really kind of brings this vibrant world to life in a unique and different way.
And our battles randomized? Are they random encounters?
They're random encounters. Yeah. Like this one right here. Now you notice that we don't know any of a lot of the vulnerabilities are missing right now. So these are
we need more likability. Up the likability.
Because of that scholar has that.
Explain to me why this is not other games.
Certain weaknesses. Now, for instance, if another person had that scholar's talent as a secondary job, they could also learn that ability, but it wouldn't be automatic. They'd have to actually use a turn to access it.
But at least it tells you how many vulnerabilities an enemy has, how many you're looking for.
Yes, how many you're looking for to discover.
Yeah, and it looks like we've discovered these. If someone uses a fire attack and
you're in the forest, why not try? You start having to take advantage of the world and really think about what you could do to take advantage of the different elemental attacks you have access to within your party.
So there's a new demo out today.
Yes.
Right? Which is the second demo. That's been released for this game, which is a little unusual. Is there a reason why?
The dev team actually, the dev team released that first demo back last year. With the request, like they wanted to gather that feedback to really see where is this game at.
The person with the X above their head is not very likable.
And really see what they could do to really make this game look as awesome as it is. And really
let's get the interrogator back. Where's the Inquisition?
And what they've done with that first demo, they took
this looks very pixelated, like games from Sega and Super Nintendo era. Are you sure this isn't Secret of Mana?
There's now access to the mini-map more quickly, certain little quality of life things explaining aspects of the game more clearly. All that stuff was taken into account.
See, it's funny, because me and you talked about this years ago, and I used to hate Damon, and he is actually one of the only people I IGN now I can actually, I won't say I like him, but I can stand him as well, yeah. I feel you on that, because the rest of them, I'm glad Greg left. Fucking, I hate that guy.
Choose Japanese language if you want to.
I believe you can. I should double check on that, but I believe, if I remember correctly, in the demo you could do that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that. I will double check on that one and get back to you on that for sure. Good question.
Good question. All right.
This is a Switch exclusive.
What else we got?
This is a Switch exclusive right now. This is only available on the Nintendo Switch.
It's mostly just battles.
TV, seeing your big screen TV and all the glories, but also again take it with you on the go wherever you want to play with it and really get immersed in this.
It's a handheld game. Again, apparently, it's only on Switch.
Figuring out all those different puzzle mechanics within the game and how do you want to build up your. As you talk about.
Okay, I get the point of this one, but this one looks really cool. Really stoked about that.
As you're saying, we're like 30 hours into the story
here.
there
is in the story here.
But this is a big game.
It is a big game. It's a big game. There'll be a lot of fun in there. A lot
of
stuff
big game.
Whatever they want, and again.
All right, I'm gonna take a really quick break because I gotta piss really fucking bad. We're gonna be watching Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice gameplay, which is exciting because that was probably one of the bigger surprises of E3 for me. And I love From Software. So if you give me a moment, I will be right back and we will continue this journey through all these gameplay videos. All right, I'll be right back. Wish I could, but can't at the moment. Gotta be, oh, did a quarter in school not too long ago on digital art. Did someone try Jurassic World Revolution? I have not. I'm going to wait on it because I've been hearing some pretty mixed things on it, and the gameplay I watched on it seemed to back those claims. So probably wait on a little bit longer, wait for a sale or something. And yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I just bought another game, so I need to stop buying games for like a second. Okay, we're going to be watching Sekiro Shadows Die Twice gameplay. Hopefully they actually show gameplay, not just stuff from the trailer. But real quick, I want to let people know that if you're watching this on Twitch, make sure to go over to YouTube at Tasty Loot Gaming. Like and subscribe. We do weekly content, Tuesdays and Fridays for sure, and then random videos, maybe. If there's something else to do a video on that week. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go to Twitch and follow me at Tasty Senpai, all one word, and hit the notification button so you know when I go live, because that's kind of finicky sometimes. And yeah, all over the place. Go all over the place. Go all over the internet. Do internet things. Saves the money for February, dude. I'm starting a fucking. I'm gonna get a GoFundMe going so people can fund that for me. That'd be fucked up. Savings account. I'll do that. It's gonna be a very expensive month. Take out that home loan. Okay, let's watch this.
IGN Live at E3 2018. It's time to take a look at one of the coolest games that was revealed at the show this year. It is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Gentlemen,
wow, Damon's way more hyped on this than he was with the fucking last game.
How do you describe this game?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Shadows Die Twice.
Where are my Twitch boys at? Everyone on YouTube. Everyone is on YouTube. My community's a lot bigger from the channel than the Twitch. You guys go over to YouTube, hang out with everybody. Sometimes Psycho does a little bit of both.
Or Warring States period. That said, it is not a historical, like history-based
YT better.
game. It is more of an originally created world that pulls themes.
It seems like you guys prefer YouTube. That's why I was trying to find a way to do both.
Pulling from Japanese mythology?
Yeah,
he changed his pant.
Historical, like
I did not see his pant.
Plants and like everything. They researched it very much and then used that to create their own original world. Okay. So there's no historical like figures. There's no historical places. They're very.
I love that this one
Tell me this,
isn't like dark like the other two. I love the way they look, but I like that they're doing something different.
I'll give you the translation part of the Sekiro part. Okay. And then he has a story about the Shadows.
Asian dude closest to Damon got the hairdo from Fifth Element. I did not pay attention to those guys apparently.
The Seki part from Sekiro comes from the word Sekiwang, which is an old Japanese term for someone who is missing an arm. Or only has one limb. And then the roll part actually means wolf, so it translates.
Oh, I see. The Emmanuel Zurg guy.
It's not the name of the character; it's more of a
Zorg.
description of him. Yeah. And then he can talk to the Shadows Die Twice.
I'm not good at English, so Robert translates. Okay. Sure. Shadows Die Twice はもともとは去年のゲームアワードで流したティザートレーラーですね。あれのタグラインとして用意したものです。
So Where are the stones? Was originally something that Miyazaki had thought of for the.
Give me them stones.
The trailer that we released.
The guy with fucking black jelly coming out of his forehead.
Oh yeah,
right. Yep. でももちろんちゃんとゲームから意味を取っていて、Shadows は忍び忍者のイメージですね。
What is this, wrestling?
A meaning in relation to the game. So the Shadows part refers to shinobi, which another word for ninja. Sure. Yep.
Oh, is that what shinobi is? That's that underground inside anime nerd shit, huh? Never knew that. What's a ninja?
So there's actually two meanings between the Die Twice part. So one is that you may have seen it in the trailer, but you can actually revive in this game. That's part of it. And then the other half is you're going to die a lot in this game. And so both of those meanings.
It's a From Software game.
Prepare to die, you might say.
Yeah.
You talk about the character's arm. Who is this character? Who do we play as?
So
this looks so cool.
We're calling him the Shinobi for now. Okay. He is sworn to protect a character we call the Young Lord, who you saw. I think you saw him in the trailer. He's about a 10-year-old boy. So there's something very special.
I also like this when you're playing a character, not making your own. I know people fall on one side or the other on that, but I like a little bit of both because it's better for story if there's a character. But also, this game does not look like Dark Souls or Bloodborne because, yeah, I've gotten enough of those. I'd like to see From Software do something else.
Shinobi wakes up and he's got this crazy contraption on his left arm, and we're calling that the Shinobi prosthetic. And so you figure out how and it's given to him, and it has a lot of, it has a few key things it can do.
Giant snakes, check. Giant bugs, check.
Grappling hook.
I want you to tell me right now why this doesn't tempt you.
That rope was part of the grappling hook.
What's his personality like? What's the likability of him?
A variety of tools that you can equip to it that can do a lot of.
Is his hand likable? Does it give good fucking HJs or what?
Talk to that a little more.
Oh yeah,
how the combat works.
Yeah.
So, the idea for the combat is that you have in your right hand you have a katana or a sword, and in your left hand you have that Shinobi prosthetic. Combat sensors around.
You don't like ninja and samurai stuff?
Various tools that you use.
Weird.
In the prosthetic, so some of them might be direct attacks like that.
I mean, you do like Dark Souls though, so you might like this. It's gonna have. It's not too similar. Damn, he did change his pants. Those look a lot more comfortable. I think his balls are getting fucking pushed up into his pelvis too much, so he had to do it for medical reasons.
With your katana in order to do a huge variety of different moves.
I see.
In the game.
So is your arm something that you upgrade over the course of the game?
Yes.
本作もこれまでだとステータスを振っていくっていうような成長要素があったんですけども、これまでとはまた別の成長要素が入ってます。
So, yeah, in previous titles, actually, a lot of the player's strength, of the player's progression was based on a stat system specifically, like adding points to strength, adding points to different stats. This time, it's working differently.
そうですね。だから本作でもちゃんとそのゲームを進めていっている中で、なんか自分が強くなっていくような感覚っていうのは味わえる。つまり RPG 的な要素ですよね。が入ったアクションアドベンチャー。
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling, especially since a lot of the games you talk about are like more like medieval. I'll send it to you, Seth, to look at first. Okay. Like obviously like KCD a lot, and you like Dark Souls, which is Dark Souls is medieval Gothic.
そうですね。クリエイター、作ってる人間が同じなので、似たような感覚っていうのはあると思います。例えば一つはストーリーの語り方ですね。
So it is made by the same people after all. So there are some things that that can be compared. So one example that is very similar is the way that the story is told, for example.
例えばさっきローバートさんが言ったみたいに、これまでの分かりやすいストーリーがあるんですが、その語り方、ナラティブ性。
This guy needs a new haircut.
So, you know, in this time around, the actual setup of the story is potentially easier to understand than you've seen in the past.
That's right, Chris. Tell him what he likes.
After the setup, it goes.
Tell him.
It will be very
Let him know.
familiar to fans of the studio in terms of how the storytelling is done.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's dragons and all sorts of kind of lore. The edges don't show up when it's emoji.
It's not a game where you'll.
Yes, Chris, I love it.
Get a cutscene, something happens. Now I know what I need to do next. Type of
It's exactly what I wanted. Exactly.
I found something, and oh, there's some lore here. That type of situation. Yeah.
Cool. あとはすごく難しいっていうところはあると思います。
Another thing that is similar is that it's incredibly difficult.
It's a hard game.
Yeah.
All right. People like that.
Yeah.
People do like that.
So, 話します？
そうですね。でも僕らいつもその達成感のために難しいっていうのを一つ入れているんですけど、誰もクリアできないゲームを作ろうなんてことは思ってなくて、本当にその誰でもいろんな工夫によってクリアできるようなゲームを作りたいというふうに思ってます。
So, From Software's philosophy has never been let's just make some really hard games to bring the pain to the gaming population. Yeah. That's never actually been their philosophy. It's more of a we want to make a game that creates a sense of achievement.
And they do that really well.
That, yeah. But you know, exactly the feeling of accomplishment. You know, in the past and in this title as well, there are ways that you can find to even if you're not a god at the game, you can find ways to overcome.
I want to be a god at the game.
Achievement. So you can do that in the past in other titles, and you can do that here too.
Sorry, you want
No.
There was another older From Software game, Tenchu.
Yeah.
That series. Is any elements from Tenchu being incorporated here?
そうですね。もともと和風のゲームを作りたいっていうところからまず始まって、で我々が IP を持っている天中から最初の影響を受けているっていうのはあります。
So, when they were thinking about what game do we make next, there was a strong desire internally to do something based on Japan. And when they decided, you know what, we're going to go in this direction,
Good.
They said, all right, well, what are we going to use?
Japan.
Let's get some inspiration. Nice. And they own the Tenchu IP, and they looked to that to start for inspiration.
So weird.
で、その中ででも元々天中って我々は IP 持ってるんですけど開発はしてなかったので。
Hey, we have Tenchu. Let's make a ninja game. That's not Tenchu.
So one important point is that they own the IP, but they didn't actually develop those games. They published them, right? And so, you know, from their perspective, it was like if we were to make a Tenchu game, it would feel like we're kind of copying another developer.
That's interesting.
その中でその天中の最初の刺激をもらって、完全に
I will only play it if it's really hard, need a real challenge.
So they decided they wanted to use that as one.
I was let down by Bloodborne though.
And kind of create something that's all their own.
I don't know if it's because I've played so many Dark Souls or what, but fucking, I walked through that game pretty much. There's like 2 bosses I had problems with, and one of them was in that stream when I fought those 3 dudes, and that was because the camera kept fucking getting stuck. That was stupid.
Very cool. What about
But Dark Souls, all those are fucking challenging.
You're playing as a preset character, but are there options for customization at all with your?
I think Dark Souls 2 has probably been the easiest one though out of all of them.
基本的にこのトレーラーに出てくる
Demon Souls is fucking hard, but it's clunky as fuck.
でも左手につけるツールはいろいろなものがあって、でそれの付け替えて戦ったりだとか、強化の仕方みたいなのは自分で選んでいくような形になります。
So, for this title, it's what you're seeing in the trailer is how is basically how you look.
Okay.
A lot of the customization this time around comes in with your prosthetic, with the Shinobi prosthetic.
Got it.
And changing out what that is, there are also upgrades and decisions you'll make in terms of progression that will move you forward. But yeah, that's kind of how it's working this time.
I see.
でもこの忍びとしてのロールプレイを楽しんでいただこうということなんですけども、プレイの仕方はすごくたくさんあるので、なんていうのかな。
I feel like that guy on the horse is probably going to be one of the first bosses you fight.
So, in this game, the idea is that you are a ninja. You're not choosing a class in the beginning. And by choosing a ninja from the beginning, you actually have a wide variety of ways to, as he says, role-play a ninja.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's a lot of options within that one class.
Yeah.
A very wide breadth of options. That you can choose from.
I see.
And that's where a lot of the depth comes in. Not in
Man, that guy's composed as fuck. He like shows no emotion. I think he's a robot.
The game, the depth really hits.
Yeah. Looking at some other games at E3, it kind of seems like ninja samurai games.
Hell yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's a fun period, man. What can I say?
Sure.
I mean,
it's
just
fan.
so cool. Yeah.
I'd be happy to see it come back.
That guy seems nervous. Like he's gonna get beat if he doesn't do this correctly.
Young Lord, right?
Yes.
And then how open is the game? Not, yeah.
どれほどオープンですかっていう話ですね。
そうですね。Have you played Dark Souls?
Yes.
Okay. じゃあそれを例えで言うと、マップはアクションアドベンチャーなんですけども、シームレスにつながっていて。これまでの我々のタイトルで言うと、ダークソウル1に
His English ain't that bad.
つまりいくつかの例外を除いてマップが、シームレスにつながっていて、そしていろいろな生き方ができる、そういった形になってます。
So,
I think it looks fucking awesome, but I understand your reservations for sure.
Probably the world structure is closest to Dark Souls 1 specifically. In that
Okay, I get what he says, or what he means.
Interconnected environments that all have multiple paths to get to each other.
Yeah, because Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3
kind of the
are more forward progression, linear feeling.
One path to take.
Yeah, whereas Dark Souls 1, you literally start and just go one of the many directions.
First, and they have agency in choosing how to play the game.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then what about this resurrection mechanic?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that at this point.
じゃあ改正はどうなります？
まあちょっとあんまり時間がないので短くいくと、まあその場で死んでしまってもその場で生き返ることができる。なのでそこからまあ一旦逃げてまた戦略を練ってもいいし。
It's really interesting that they have, I would assume, higher-end microphones, unless those are cheap. I have no idea, but they pick up plosives like a motherfucker.
First to talk about how it can be used
Or
in the game.
maybe it's just dirty dick fucking Damon. So when he talks, there's a lot of fucking.
And when you do it, there's a few reasons to do it. So one is, let's say you're fighting and you die, you can actually use it to come back to life and escape and kind of reset, heal up, come back. Another way is if you time it correctly, you can wait till the enemies lose interest, they think you're dead, they're starting to walk away, and you can re-engage right then and there. It's an interesting, opportunity to kind of turn the tables. Yeah.
So essentially, they're taking the death mechanic of, or the idea of you're gonna die in this game, and again making a mechanic out of it. It's kind of cool.
There's going to be, there's costs involved. We're not going to go into exact details on how it works, but it's not intended as a I can't die anymore situation for sure. And Kitao-san likes to say, if you think that the game is going to become easy as a result of this,
maybe it'll cost souls, cool. Whatever souls in this are.
It's one of the coolest looking games that I've seen at E3 this year. So
thank you so much.
I look forward to learning more.
And then if you reset, maybe all the people come back like in Dark Souls. But if you use the resurrection, maybe it sucks up some of your souls. I don't know. I didn't make the fucking game. Okay, well that was Sekiro, which is looking dope as fuck. Really excited for that. And yeah, we're gonna pause wherever the fuck this is. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima, which was very, very cool. Next video is Resident Evil 2 Remake gameplay. This is looking very cool. Still on this. Yes. Still on it.
Hello? Is anybody here?
The one thing I noticed with this, which is really interesting, because even the last Resident Evil, the voice acting was fucking not that great. Is the voice acting in this seems a lot better than what they normally do. I also like that they're going with like the Resident Evil 4 gameplay pretty much, because most people who've played this and they're playing this as a remake, like to kind of re-experience it, will be able to see it at a closer view, which would be very cool. Like it'll be in the environment, which will be really neat to revisit. Oh yeah.
It's in here. Send reinforcements. East hallway.
Yeah, yeah. You go in the safe room, which is a closet, and you just take a bunch of hairspray and spray it right into your fucking bites. Welcome back, Nick. Hopefully your chat with your dad was very, it was good. Hopefully it was good. Forgot it's fucking Father's Day. I also like that this is, because for a while there with 5 and 6, they kind of diverted from the horror elements and went more action-y. So I'm glad that with the last Resident Evil and this remake that they're going back to a more like, oh shit, I don't want to walk forward, I don't want to go any further feel. You got this. Oh yeah, no, that's quite a ways. Why are you in Alaska unless it's something you don't want to talk about, which is completely fine. Alaska's kind of out there. Not too far from me though. I'm in Washington. I mean, it is far, but I'm also on that side. Yeah, no, it's a good mix. It still has like the action over the shoulder aspect to it, but like it's in tight quarters. It's dark. I like these walk-through doors. That's interesting. It's just, yeah, it's more horror oriented, which is why I play Resident Evil. I liked playing 5. It was a fun game, but it wasn't Resident Evil. Oh, nice. Damn, you met somebody in Saints Row 3? That's cool. I'm gonna remember that every time I talk about how Saints Row 3 was probably one of my least favorite Saints Rows. But that's a positive thing to take out of that. I really liked Saints Row 2. That was my favorite one. Oh, something's knocking on this door. I might as well fucking walk right into it and get hit by it. Nice shot. Nice shot. Nice shot. There you go. I like that he talks while he's doing what he's doing. Adds immersion to the situation. I heard a window. I liked how when he's leaning forward, his head was leaning back, and then when he hit the apex of his leaning forward, his head like whipped down. Yeah, Psycho. We probably shouldn't talk about it. It was so bad that whoever's playing will probably live the rest of their life thinking about how they fucked up that bad. Oh, I'm glad we agree. Yeah, Saints Row 1 and 2 were awesome. 2 is my favorite just because of, I believe that one had co-op, but also it had multiplayer online that was really fun. What the? Like, Protect the Pimp and shit. Plus the, or was that the first game? I don't remember, but the second one had, like, you got to pick one of the 3 people to go after, and actually had, like, really cool cinematics that were fun to watch. Like, it was just, like, the total package from going from the first game to the second game. It was a good sequel. Damn. So this is stressful. Let's see. The zombie are really cool. Plenty of little detail, like if you don't shoot directly in the brain, they won't die. You have to hit the upper head. Yeah, I agree. I even liked seeing when he shot him in the head. You saw the impact, like really detailed. Yeah, it's funny. If you would have told me they're remastering Resident Evil 2, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, I liked Resident Evil 2, but, like, seeing it, I'm like, wow, this is fucking dope. Like, I really want to play this. Funny how it's 2018 and these old games don't know hand-to-hand combat. I agree.
You're safe.
It's only stressful because he sucks at shooting.
Thanks.
It's fair. The situation would be a lot less stressful if that guy was actually hitting his target.
There was another off strike. I couldn't.
My only thing is, the hair and the outfit look right, but why'd they pick Michael Cera to play fucking Leon Kennedy?
I'm sure you did what you could, Leon.
Thanks, that's what I need to hear. Otherwise,
Does anyone know what started this?
I'd feel awful.
Not a clue. But honestly, all you need to know is that this place will eat you alive.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they do leave stuff out of the game just to kind of create a more stressful
You're here now, Leon. That's all that matters.
Situation, yeah.
Okay, Lieutenant. I'm ready.
Hopefully you'll be able to find a way out of this station. That officer you met earlier, Elliot. He thought this secret passageway might
What
be a
half?
trick.
What part of him? I meant 2.
This is good news.
It's Elliot 1 and Elliot 2.
No, I am not.
Elliot 2's the talking half.
Lieutenant, I'm not just gonna leave you here.
I'm giving you an order, rookie. You save yourself first.
Yeah, it would be John Wick Zombie Apocalypse. Not I'm about to poop myself any second now.
You need this.
I can't take it.
Stop.
I don't know, you can make a John Wick zombie game. Just fucking have a dude who's just popping zombies fucking left and right and doing crazy melee shit with shotguns, putting it up under their fucking chin and shooting and shit while rolling and reloading your gun.
Got it.
I'm actually really surprised they haven't made some kind of weird, whether it be a licensed John Wick game or like someone who's like, I really like John Wick, let's make a game inspired by that. On the other subject, I remember the Pimp Cane shotgun. Oh my god, I fucking love Pimp. The Pimp Cane shotgun was dope because it hit and it would throw him. And then he's fucking just doing his walk. Love that thing. Oh, melee. He's got a knife. I guarantee he's just going to do little slices, though. Yep. I want to see a game where someone gets, like, aggressive and is, like, combat trained and just, like, fucking wrecks people with a knife. Because you'd kill plenty of zombies, and it would take away from the factor of, like, oh, shit, zombies. But the numbers is the factor. You guys going to get tired after a while. You're going to get outnumbered. You may survive for a while, but things will get really fucking intense eventually. But, like, I don't know why everybody's got to be like, oh, I just learned how to shoot a pistol 5 minutes ago. That guy's breathing, like, really hard. Oh, I love seeing this, the police station in, like, HD. Looks so fucking good. Looks the part. I can't wait to fucking play this. It would have been really cool. I understand why they wouldn't do it, but it'd be really cool to be able to play this co-op. It would take away from the scary factor a little bit, but it'd still be really fun. But that's probably one of the reasons why Resident Evil 5 and 6 didn't feel scary, is because of the co-op, but the tone was also different. There's like fucking helicopters crashing all over the place and like dudes dodging bullets and throwing missiles and shit. Felt like Call of Duty. I repeat, you don't have to have an attitude, okay? We gonna see the liquor here soon or what? Liquor. What? What is he looking at? Up the window. Liquor. Don't miss it. There it is. Oh, you missed it, motherfucker. Did you not play the last game? Oh my god. What the fuck is this guy doing? What, did he get killed? Is that why they just... Hold on. Did they skip that? Oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Wonder if it will be native 4K 60 frames per second on Xbox with ultra textures. I would hope so. Let's see. So excited for this. Me too. Me too. This looks really good. Except for the guy who played this never played the original Resident Evil 2 because he didn't even look for the liquor. And then he kept walking, and I'm assuming he fucking died because it transitioned from the last playthrough to the new one, and the new one he had fucking blood on his shoulder, so he took damage. Dumb. A mob attacked the station today, resulting in a number of... Oh. There was another clash. Get up there. Go ahead. Don't pay attention to your environment. That's been doing you really good this whole time. That whole miss in the head 3 times when he's like 2 feet away from you. Will you get the headshot? Oh, you had plenty of time. Look at that. I'm so glad to see a Resident Evil again with like zombies. Because they've gone so far from that. Bad to say, but I only played the first Revelation and 5 and 6. If you have the opportunity to go back and play the other ones, they did a when the GameCube came out, they did a remaster, or it is a complete remake of the original Resident Evil, and that's now out on like everything. You can get on PS4, Xbox, all that shit. So I would definitely suggest playing that if you want to see where it kind of comes from, even though it's a remake. It stays pretty faithful and looks great. But those ones are more horror-based, which I appreciated. I played the original Resident Evil when it came out on PlayStation, when PlayStation boxes were like these big square things. And it was a good early reason why I got so into video games. It was very cool. Played the first one and Revelations. Oh, first. Okay, first and Revelations. Gotcha. Resident Evil 2 seems to be a lot of people's favorites, but Resident Evil 2 is the one everybody started on. Like, most people I know have played Resident Evil 2 for the first time, or their first Resident Evil. Resident Evil 3 was garbage. I fucking hate Resident Evil 3. It's probably one of the only Resident Evils like I fucking hate. 4 was good. 4 was really good. That's where they reinvented the series, essentially. But it was really good. The horror went from, like, dark corridors and surprises to, like, claustrophobic, I need to get the fuck out of this room before all these guys break in and kill me feeling, which was pretty cool. 5 and 6 were very action-packed, very, at the time, Capcom games. But they're fun. I hate jump scare games. The original Resident Evils were like that. So you're going to run into that a lot. I'm not very susceptible to jump scares. A lot of times I just kind of laugh at them because you'll hear all the cues building up to it. They'll lower the volume and all that shit. But one reason I love like the Silent Hill series, it's my second favorite series of all time, is there were jump scares, but rarely. The game was more so about building an atmosphere that made you not want to keep going. It would build the fear up in you that you're like, I don't want to keep going down this hallway. I'm done. I'll just stay here. My wife, she was a big Resident Evil fan. That's awesome. I have a weird relationship with Resident Evil because I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil, but felt alienated by some of the newer entries. But the last one, and I haven't beaten it, but I'm pretty far into it. Woo! That was fucking scary. Yeah, the first person Resident Evil that came out, I actually liked it quite a bit. I'd like to beat it. Although, fucking Big Papa in that game is ridiculous. Damn. This game is gory as fuck. You gotta shoot him in the fucking head. Well, maybe it's actually like pinpoint accurate. Like maybe actually I have to shoot him like in the top of the head. Because I keep seeing him shoot him like in the face, and it takes like 3 shots. In like older games, it would pretty much say this is the head. Dude needs a larger caliber gun. He's just hurting me with all that missing. He needs a shotgun. It's hard to miss with that. Man, they did such a good job with like the character models and like the impacts, like the way their head buck and like the hat flying off. Really fucking cool. Really excited for that game. Just an idea. Can we have a proper Def Jam game, please? What, like the fighting game? Because I remember when that came out. Alright, next video is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu gameplay. Pretty much know what we're getting into here, so I don't know if we'll watch the whole 30-minute video, but I'd like to see some gameplay and see how it goes, or how it runs. So, let's go.
Game and show the world Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Might be picking it up, though. I'm definitely picking up Resident Evil 2. Looks awesome. Oh, this looks better. Like I said, I was going to end the stream at 4 p.m. in case if this goes too long, and here we are, 4:15. How many videos we got left? Def Jam was fun, but DOA and Soul are better. Psycho, this is why you're my boy. DOA and Soul Calibur. Love it. Oh fuck, I still got a lot of videos to watch. Okay. Well, I'm getting a buzz going, so we'll get through this.
We've entered now a wild Pokemon battle, and we've changed the mechanics for how we're capturing wild Pokemon. Can you tell us about that a bit?
I guess just zooming in on a person holding that fucking controller, just holding one button. What do you do? Do something. Are they in slow-mo? I remember Def Jam being pretty fun, though. I think I played it on Xbox. That's what it came out on, right? Nice shoes. It's starting to sound like me when I watch these videos. I'm like, this guy is dressed like shit. Those are some clean-ass shoes.
But with these games being on Nintendo Switch and of course in the living room, we figured people would be playing along with their friends and family. And we wanted to do a new take on this kind of Pokemon catching experience with these.
Mom, play Pokemon with me. I need someone to play Pokemon, Mom. Pokemon. DOA and Soul, I have no issue with, and have been coming. I want a new Def Jam Icons. Killed the series. I don't know if I played Icons. Oh, no, wait, that had like rappers in it, didn't it?
Pokemon Go, which I worked on and came up with the catching mechanic in that, which used the smartphone controls. People found that really intuitive. I think they're widely accepted and kind of gained a lot of popularity. So I wanted to do a take on that using the Joy-Con to a similar style where it's much more interactive and kind of a experiential thing. Yes, and in fact, you mentioned the Joy-Con, and Teresa is playing with a single Joy-Con. You're able to play the entire game with just one Joy-Con.
Icons suck dookie.
皆さんポップコーンを食べながら片手でゲームが遊べるっていうですね、気軽感がなんともいいと思います。
Yeah, I think having one Joy-Con, being able to play the entire game with it is a very comfortable and kind of a pleasurable experience. You can maybe be eating popcorn with your other hand, for example. And I also say that when you capture wild Pokemon, you earn experience points, and those get shared among the entire Pokemon in your party. で今見たように野生のポケモンを捕まえると経験値がたまりますよね。それがパーティーのポケモンに割り当てますよね。そうですね。これでAs they were in previous games.
Okay, this is Pokemon. I'm stoked for it. That's a good face. Question: does anyone know what that crazy luchador wrestling game called back in the day with the insane finishers? YouTube censored me back to Sekiro, so gotta use nice language. What does that mean? Did you say something or did I say something? You said Dookie? YouTube didn't like that? Luchador game. The only thing I can think of is Guacamelee? But I don't know if you mean something even further back, because you're saying insane finishers, and I don't remember insane finishers to that game. Alright, next video we're getting into is Jump Force gameplay demo. The game with Shonen Jump characters in it. Not really my forte too much, but I recognize all the characters, so that's a start. Just more so curious about what to expect from this game. I also think it's really interesting that all the characters have like a more realistic look to them. Since they're all cartoon characters, they all like have like normal, realistic tone to their skin and stuff. It's interesting. We'll get into it.
Nakajima from Bandai Namco, along with his translator, Mikey Mac, to show off Jump Force.
Mikey Mac, I'm Mikey Mac.
About for, I don't know, like an hour and a half now or something? You just revealed it? What is this game? Please give us the description.
そうですね。本作は週刊少年ジャンプというそれこそ
It looks so weird. That's not cartoony.
とかナルトを生み出した漫画雑誌の創刊50周年にあたるアニバーサリータイトルです。
So this is featuring, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Shonen Jump. It's, of course, they have franchises like the world famous Dragon Ball, One Piece, and...
Never heard of them.
Just a few, yeah. Yes, just a few. And it's their 50th anniversary, so this game is kind of in celebration of that.
Goku, yeah! I agree. I'm curious too. Yeah.
And it is a very hot game. I mean, you take Goku, you take Naruto, and you take Luffy and put them in one.
Did he say Naruto?
This looks like fan fiction. The game, like people are. This looks like you read the internet's mind and put this into a.
Yeah, I'm more so intrigued by it. I definitely am not trying to sound like I'm talking shit about it. I just every time I look at it, it's just weird. It's like when they when you see on the internet someone takes like a cartoon character and they try to like make like a hyper realistic version of them that always looks really bizarre because their cartoon qualities don't translate to reality very well, but they still have like the normal skin, no outline, all that shit. It just reminds me of that kind of stuff.
Okay, this is quite a lot. Now, obviously, some of these characters have shown up in fighting games before. Naruto and Goku are no stranger to being in fighting games. Mechanically, how would you describe this as a fighting game? It's a 3D brawler.
I'm not a big fan though, and this might be different because I haven't played it, but like I'm not a big fan of the standing here and running at somebody fighting games. I mean, if you change it slightly like this, like Soul Calibur, I don't mind it so much, but
action fighting game is how I describe it.
Okay, great.
Other than Guacamelee, not a clue. Don't know. Nick, sorry. Yeah, Guacamelee is the only one I could think of. Other than that, I can't think of a luchador game. Let me Google it.
そうですね。本日公開したキャラクターはほんの一部でしかないので、どんどんこれからいろんな作品のキャラクターを紹介していくので、ぜひ続報を楽しみにしてください。
I think we can safely say we've just scratched the surface of the iceberg, and there's going to be a lot of news to come. So please stay tuned and stay excited.
I'm very excited about this. I want to just like read down. Can I throw a few your way? Can I ask you a few? Okay. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
No comment.
My Hero Academia.
Was it a fighting game?
Oh man, you're playing hardball with this. Okay, so I've got to ask, why are they fighting? This is clearly there's going to be a reason for it, but can you give us a little insight to the story?
ストーリーの表面でもいいんですけど、なぜこういうキャラクターたちが戦っているんですか、現世界で。
そうですね。本作の世界観なんですけれども、実際の現実の世界とジャンプ。
There's a game that came out a long time ago called Lucha Libre AAA Heroes del Ring, but I've never even heard of that.
といったスーパーヒーローたちが立ち向かっていくというような世界観になります。
So the world setting here is somehow these worlds and universes of all these franchises and our world get merged into one space, and there's going to be a sort of villain, a big bad villain who they're all going to join forces against and defeat, hopefully.
そこにデスノート、今日発表したデスノートのようなちょっとミステリアスなポジションでお話に絡んでくるというところで、まだ詳細はお伝えできないんですけども、ぜひ単なる対戦アクションではなくて、ちゃんとストーリーも楽しめるように今回作っています。
And of course, the plot thickens when we get a little tease of Death Note there at the end. They're going to be involved in the storyline in some form or another, which I can't go into too much detail today. But there is going to be a very comprehensive story mode to this game.
Okay. Now, obviously, these are characters who have, various.
Damn. Fuck them up.
How did you go about sort of balancing the different abilities? Because we've got
I feel like this is still pretty early in its development, though. Some of the animations seem kind of stiff, and they only are showing like 2 maps and like 4 characters. More than 4. There's 6.
そうですね。そこはすごく難しくて今も努力しているポイントになります。
Well, that is actually a big challenge for us, even as we are developing the game currently.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only other one I could find. I just never played it. It came out in 2010, though, if that helps. I'm surprised they didn't show off the new fucking One Piece game. That one actually looks really cool to me.
We are paying very close attention to that to make sure everything is somewhat compatible across universes, and we focus on the action.
God, that's scary.
The performance and the delivery.
Okay. Now the environments are incredibly detailed. How destructible do they get?
環境はどれくらい破壊可能なんですか？すごい綺麗ですけど。
そうですね。今回やはり超人たちのスーパーヒーローたちのバトルというところに
スーパーヒーロー
かなり大掛かりな破壊を入れてます。細かい例えば樽を壊すみたいなものではなくて、それこそビルごとにフィールドが変わるみたいな破壊をしっかりと演出していこうと思っているので。
Damn, he's explaining a lot to that question. Mm-hmm. Things break, right? Just say it. Oh, that's cool.
All right. Now, obviously, you've imagined grown up with Shonen Jump. It's probably been around your whole life, yeah?
That's correct.
Now, without confirming or denying any characters for the roster, is there a personal favorite from the long line?
How likable is Goku? How likable is fucking Luffy? How unlikable is Frieza? These are questions I need to know. Is this game really just every other anime game ever made? See, not one of these fucking interviews has been like that. That girl needs to chill out. She needs to take a step back and go, you know what? I'm glad people are making video games, and I should embrace that and not try and lower them to just being copiers. You fucking copiers! Alright, pretty much got the gist of this. We're going to move on to the next video. Jump Force looks interesting. I will most likely wait to see more on it, or I will wait to see Chevy buy it so I can try it. Next game is Super Mario Party Gameplay Part 1. We will probably not go into Gameplay Part 2 because this is 24 minutes long, but we're going to watch a little bit because I'm curious on what it looks like.
Hi, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at
Thanks for having me back.
I'm Chico, and I'm here with other Treehouse members, Sam, and Morgan, and then another Sam here.
Double Sam is my favorite Treehouse characters.
So we're here to look at Super Mario Party, and
I hope they have 20 characters in Jump Force.
Yeah, so
it's a very specific number, but I hope they do as well have many characters. In a game like that, with that many properties, they would be really shitty if they had like a 12-person roster.
Exciting. When you think about it, Mario Party's been around for 20 years now, but this is
Jesus Christ, I'm old as fuck.
The franchise.
So I was
in a lot of ways we're coming back to the
10 or 11 when that came out. That's crazy.
Really love. At the same time, taking it in some new directions, looking at
Womp's Domino Ruins.
The Nintendo Switch system and interesting things we can do there as far as gameplay goes. But we're going to get into some straight up Mario Party action here. With
straight
Toad,
up.
So we'll skip some of the tutorial messages so we can hop right in here.
This is absolutely not the first time we've played Mario Party.
We've been training. I've been training to win, by the way.
All right, so just to give a quick recap, I am Mario. I think, Chico, you are Luigi.
So wait,
Morgan is Peach.
does the game come with a box that you punch? Is that what that's showing?
All right.
Mario Party!
Just a quick note for folks who are watching. The developers hooked us up with a special ROM just so we'd have some of the new items here right at the start to show off to folks.
Special ROM?
Normally when you start a Mario Party game, you're not going to have items. Anything that you need, you're going to find on the board. So we'll just progress through the intro here, so everybody hit your button when it has
Mario Party's fun regardless, but yeah, that's some alcohol. People are going to be throwing people through TVs and shit.
Alright, so we got some coins to start here.
Worst thing about Mario Party, which is the best thing about Mario Party, is fucking Well, that's how all their games are fucking designed, because even Mario Kart's this way. You can be just killing it. You'll be at the very end, and somebody gets all these weird awards and shit for just participating. All of a sudden, they win. And it's so frustrating. Just like in Mario Kart, you could be like an expert driver, just taking all the corners perfectly, staying in first place, and right at the end, everyone just launches all their fucking goddamn shells into you. It's awful. It's an awful feeling.
Pretty close. No, wait. Where are we?
So just to show a couple of the different strategic things that we've got going on in this game, the dice blocks and items are pretty cool. So items, I do have a few. I'm going to hang on to those for just now, but I want to talk about dice blocks really fast. So if you have a look at the lower left corner of the screen, you see I have a normal dice block. I've also got a Mario
Nintendo's
dice
very
block.
generous
so
with
Mario's
those.
got a nice set of 3s, so really reliable, medium amount of movement. But each character is going to have a different dice block. So that's, and again, really interesting strategic element to what character you play.
Man, Mario's very curious about the environment. Keeps fucking.
As well, what their dice blocks look like. So okay, heading over here.
Goddamn. Graphically, it looks good. I'm into it.
All right, I'm Peach here. I'm going to take a look at, again, I've got the standard dice block, 1 through 6, and my Peach dice block, bunch of 4s, 0, 2. There's no way I'm getting a 0 or a 2. Definitely a 4 or a 6, so I will do that. Ooh. You can see I've got this, also this item, but I'm going to save that for another turn as well. So let's go ahead and... Man.
It's a good roll.
Better than zero. I'm all right with that. I'm actually, yes. That's all right.
All right, here we go.
So let's take a look at Bowser's dice block as well.
Wow, yeah.
So that's an interesting one. You're either going to lose coins or you could get a really nice high roll.
You know, go big or go home.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm going for it.
That looks good.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I need the game to be fun and likable.
Let's see how it goes.
I need to not be other games. Is this The Last of Us?
All right, yeah.
Next time.
Okay, my turn.
I always pay attention to graphics, though. Like, if the game's fun, I don't give a fuck about it. But if the game's fun and has good graphics, I'm always like, oh, that's good for them. Especially with Nintendo games, I'm always kind of like, you know, it doesn't have the same power as the other consoles. So when I see them make these clean-looking games with nice, clean little pooch, he's got a little Fupa Love down there. Looks nice and round. I'm like, that's good graphics.
Yeah.
That first round was a good illustration of that the character-specific dice blocks can look really tempting, but maybe 1 through 6 isn't so
Okay, I honestly can't wait to play this.
You do want a low roll, too. If you're getting really close to a spot and you really want to land on it, sometimes having that low number is going to be
Dust Buddies!
Yep.
So here, okay, minigame. This is a 3-on-1, so this is going to be Peach versus the rest of us. So
it's like WarioWare. I wish they'd make another one of those.
It's really great if you're playing with folks who've never played Mario Party before, and you can skip through them whenever you're ready. But it's really nice, honestly, because this is a game you can just like take out, play with friends anywhere. If you're with somebody who's never played Mario Party before, you can say, hey, no worries, I'll just show you the tutorial.
And the tutorial is like instant practice. You're able to practice immediately.
Yeah. Okay, we have
that's
let's do it, guys.
That's good, but I like the surprise of it as well.
The dust here. Nope.
Dust Buddy sounds like a crackhead friendship.
Let's box her in.
It does. It does a little bit.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Bottom right.
I feel like I've watched a couple documentaries on Dust Buddies.
I'm blocking Peach. No, Peach, you can't have it.
When Geraldo Rivera goes into crack dens and they start threatening him with fucking dirty syringes.
Oh no.
He's like, the Dust Buddies, they're threatening me right now.
All right.
Sometimes Bowser works with us, no?
Yeah, sometimes it works out.
Man, Bowser's having a blast.
Luigi. Yeah, there we go. So Super Mario Party has 80 different mini games, so we're definitely not going to see everything during this segment. It's only going to be a little slice of what we have to offer.
80 fucking mini games. That's quite a bit.
Is it's fantastic to play.
Oh, Peach is getting
if
fucked.
you're hanging out with friends and family who really aren't gamers. Maybe they're not as familiar with games, and it's just really fun to jump in and play. But there's a lot of strategic depth. So if you want to get like hardcore into Mario Party, you can definitely find a lot of interesting things to do here. Showing off a couple of items I've got here. So my custom dice block. Roll whatever number I want from 1 to 6 and stop allies from rolling dice. So really handy to keep for that clutch moment when I really need to land on, say, a Toadette's face or keep other folks away. And that could get me up to her now. And then I've also got the Buddy Phone. And
the Pokédex.
I don't want to use that right now to bring an ally in.
Nice.
So I want to keep my lead here.
I kind of want to use that as my smartphone.
Colin and
like
ally?
I need to upgrade to the Buddy Phone.
Dust Buddy Phone.
Yoshi. So now Yoshi's gonna be helping me out.
Give them an award. Yeah, that's
there.
quite a
So we get
bit.
nice
That's a lot of mini
spread
games.
from 0 to 7.
And so that's going to add
It's a
to
lot
your
of variety.
roll. So it's a big. It adds a lot.
It adds. It adds.
Ooh, five.
It adds a lot.
Good. Okay, so the challenge is I'm gonna get to Toadette, but I don't think I have enough coins
I think
to get that star. Let's see how things work out. Yeah. Oh, 10. 10, yes. You can do it.
That's a very hostile way to initiate a conversation. As soon as he talked to her, she fucking spun really hard. It's like, wow! You do that in the streets with me, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I got star.
I'm gonna be on edge.
Now we have
Luigi is devastated. It's like somebody told him his cat
I'm just gonna
died.
stroll here, fine. Oh, so Toadette's gonna move now. So I'll see where she's heading.
Bye. We need to really just appreciate how strong this chick is. With no effort, one-handed, she's just gripping onto some balloons that are taking her into the air.
Oh, you notice as well,
No
we've got a
strain,
few
no
different
struggle.
tracks that we can take
She's
around the course
fucking.
Here, so.
She hung.
Oh, good. Need some more coins.
All right, Peach, let's do this. I'm going to take another look at my item. So I've got the golden drink.
Oh,
Gain
never
one
mind.
coin
Nope,
each
she's still in
time I
4th
move.
place.
And
You need to
I cannot
reevaluate
use
your
this
life,
I've
Peach.
got Call up Peepa to take 1 coin from a
Oh my
rival.
god, I love Peepa Bell.
I am a little low on
Peepa.
coins because I lost the last mini game. I'm going to go ahead and use my golden drink.
Straight liquor.
Yes.
Nice.
Mushroom Poppins for
Now
sure.
if you get a nice big roll, you're gonna have a lot
I
of
know,
coins
and
in your pocket.
I'm not gonna. Actually, I am gonna use my Peach block again.
Risk it.
Because there's no way I'm getting a 0 or 2 back to back.
Of course. RNG
My
gods are not
God.
smiling on you, Morgan. Sorry.
And I squandered my golden drink too.
Different kinds of moving elements on the boards. Here we've got the Womps who move back and forth. So you can pay them coins to get past them if you really want to go
Man,
the
I feel
direction
like
they're
Bowser's
walking,
been
but
hanging out back
if
here
you're
for a
low
long
enough points,
time.
you might decide, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about them. I'm just going to keep moving the direction that's going to be free to pass.
Ooh, that's a
You know.
that's a good one.
Yeah, I might want to use this.
And just to remind everyone, we started this for this version, this ROM.
Nice.
We're started with items. You wouldn't normally start with the items. You would collect them as you go.
Yeah, there's
So
a
just a
bunch-
reminder.
So we're basically cheating, or?
We're showcasing these items in the time we have. We're cheating.
Fucking
We're totally cheating.
cheaters! They got cheaters at the presentation showing this game
There are a few
off.
different ways you can get items on the board
Bad
as well.
move,
so I'm not sure how many
Nintendo.
of those we're going to hit here, but there are a few different ways you can find items as you go.
Nintendo's official stance on cheating is it's okay.
And this is nice
I
too,
guess
so you
I-
can get a look at what's coming ahead, decide which track you want to take.
Right. I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to accidentally pass by. I think I'm okay.
If you accidentally pass by the star, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all
You guy's a
like-
comedian,
Okay.
class clown.
Okay, me. I need more than just one, but wait, I should use poison mushroom. Let's do that.
Poison nugget.
Steal 5 to 10 coins from rival. I think I can do that. Who has
Dude,
that?
fuck him up with the Coinado.
Well, Mario is in the
Luigi's
lead.
actually got the most right now.
Yeah, I have most coins. But I'm gonna go with Bowser.
Hey now.
Well, I mean, you're the closest too, right? So, I have to use it.
That's scary.
It's always fun to watch Bowser, suffer.
Yeah, I do really
That's
love the
true.
graphics in this game. It's just super fun.
Okay, so I'll do this. 7. I need 7. Oh no!
Oh,
That's it. I'm
no.
done. I'm done. I'm going home.
All right, minigame time.
Yes. See if we get a 4v. Oh, another one.
no.
Oh, let's see which one it is, though.
What? Oh.
All right. Okay, so for this one, we'll just jump into the mini game here. It's essentially going to be us trying to pick up packages and drop them in our truck before you can get them all in your truck
Okay.
with this little drone guide you've got. So Luigi's got a bit of an advantage with the drone that he can just free fly around, but we can each carry 2 packages. So depending on how we
Damn,
split
I love
the
those little
work-
green guys.
All right, I'll head up to the top.
Okay. I'm on the 3rd level.
Get away from
actually.
those packages! No! Hey, leave us alone. Mine now. Okay.
Damn, Luigi's a dickhead.
Yes.
I want to grab one more before I head down.
This is just like a representation of where things are going when it comes to delivery service. All those companies that are out there driving shit, Amazon's gonna be flying that shit soon.
Stay on the store. Hey, somebody, come out.
So I can only carry one,
Luigi
right?
is the,
Can get
Yeah,
two
with
at a
That's
time.
right.
Jerome,
His
there's
innovation.
one. Hi, guys. Gimme.
I'm going to grab that. I
stay
have
away from
nothing.
there. No! Alright, I'll take
Come
one
on,
of these
guys, we gotta bring it.
Alright, I got two.
I'm coming.
Bring
Problem
those
two
down.
is I walk a little slower now.
We
It's
got 10
heavy.
seconds.
No,
Get whatever.
I get it. Almost
That's
there.
right. When you just have the one package, you do move a little bit faster.
There we go. Okay, two are in. Oh, I'm actually on the way to the stairs. Oh no!
I feel like if you're doing the 3-person part with people who are like coordinated, you would always win.
Oh, I had it.
I think I did good for, against 3 people.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, so I think we maybe have time for one more set of rolls too if we keep going here.
All right.
All right. Well, that's enough for that one. Looks like Mario Party. I'm actually really excited for that, which might sound like a surprise to some since I like shooters so much. But always loved Mario Party. Next video I'm going to be watching is Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I don't know if this is gameplay, but it's Polygon explaining what the major changes are. It's only 3 minutes long, so we're going to go through that. The package drone looks wonky. I hope it is kind of wonky, because if it was like pinpoint accurate on the way it flew, it'd be kind of fucking OP. I'm sure it's all balancing. Man, I hate Polygon. This guy's going to be such a fucking like little creep too. Guaranteed. Alright, let's see this. Ooh, that bass. Ooh.
Way back in January of 2017, Nintendo revealed that they were working on a brand new Fire Emblem game for the Switch. After 18 months of radio silence, an E3 trailer has been dropped.
Trailer?
It contains a heck of a lot
Maybe
of
I shouldn't be
interesting
making fun
details
of people
about the
the way
game
they
we
talk.
now know as Fire Emblem.
I have a weird
3
thing where I
Houses.
just repeat how people
The
say
trailer
things.
kicks off with a look at the game's map. The country, new to the Fire Emblem series, is called Fodlan, I guess? It seems to be divided into 3 main houses, hence the name. We're not going to speculate too much on the story for this one, but hey, there's a dragon and a goddess in this one. Oh my god, it's shocking. Yeah, it's pretty much a Fire Emblem game, so no need to worry about that. Once the trailer's gameplay kicks off, though, we start to see some interesting aspects in the mechanics. Here we see
I love that.
Edelgard, one of the main lords in the game.
Oh, I can't wait for this
He moves
game.
to attack, a bunch of options pop up, some of which are really interesting. Having attack and magic as separate options is a big change. In most Fire Emblem games, there's usually just one attack option letting you select between spells and weapons. Here they're broken out. Maybe
It's gonna seem weird, but it almost seems like the
implying
handheld
skills
version
as
is
you
more
play, rather than
detailed.
having things like healing attached to different weapons. We also see combat arts as an option. Last time we saw combat arts was in Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia. In that game, combat arts were special abilities that you could activate, but doing so would cause damage to the character somewhat. Unfortunately, the
Weird.
3 Houses trailer doesn't really show any combat arts in effect, so it's hard to say how the feature will play out, but it's interesting that it's there. Another interesting option is
He looked
formation,
lost.
which we will come back to in just
Biggest
a
thing
moment.
about other things.
Once Edelgard selects attack, we
It's
see some
interesting
other
that it was there.
Seems that weapon durability is back, replacing the debuff system that was introduced in Fire Emblem Fates. There are also some interesting stats to look at. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory, like attack, critical chance, and chance to avoid. We also see endurance and resilience, which probably represents defense against physical and magical attacks. There's another stat labeled as AS, but what that indicates is currently unknown. It could be an ally support stat, but we really don't know right now. Once the combat starts, we get a surprising look at a band of soldiers fighting alongside Edelgard. In most Fire Emblem games, each hero essentially acts alone, but here it seems like heroes are flanked by no-name soldiers, creating much more of an active battle scene. These soldiers can be slightly controlled
that's
using
weird.
the formation option, as seen later in the trailer. The proper formation seems to actually yield a combat advantage. Outside of combat, it looks like we'll be able to explore certain areas in real time, kind of like a third-person adventure game. Byleth, for example.
Man, it looks really good, but I really hope they clean up them lines because it looks a little fucking. It looks like it needs some anti-aliasing.
Exploring towns and castles, it looks like, interacting with the people that you meet along the way. Some of these people give you the option to increase your skills, for example, choosing to increase your sword or axe abilities. It kind of looks like the My Castle mode as seen in Fire Emblem Fates. Right now, 3 Houses looks like a blending of the last 3 Fire Emblem games, Shadows of
Which is
Valentia,
cool.
Awakening, and Fates. With the release date way out in the spring of 2019, it'll probably be a while before we learn much more about the game. Until then, I'll just be here collecting orbs.
Less than a year's way out?
Like a chump.
Alright, that was that. That guy fucking saying some shit. Very excited for that game. 5:45. Got 5 videos left. I'm gonna piss real fast doing that again. The alcohol does it, and I will be right back. And we are back and ready to go. Got 5 more videos left. Mario Tennis Aces, World War Z, Overkills, The Walking Dead, Control, which is something I'm very curious to see, and Get the Fuck Out gameplay. Real quick, I want to remind people, though, if you are on Twitch, make sure to go to Tasty Loot Gaming on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see weekly content. We do news shows, we do podcasts, we talk about things, react to things, talk about random topics in gaming, and everything in between. Do other shows sometimes too as well, so if you like that, and you like monotone people who are never serious, go check that out. And if you're on YouTube, make sure to go over to Twitch and follow me at Tasty Senpai, all one word. Make sure to hit the notification button to know when I go live, when I'm streaming games or doing whatever the fuck I'm doing right now. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's watch Mario Tennis Aces gameplay part 3. Let's watch part 1. Where's that at? Or is this part 3 of the whole treehouse thing? Oh, nope, here it is. Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam, and for this segment
from Adventure Mode, so we could change the gameplay footage.
I will not be watching 22 minutes of this. I don't think, but we'll see.
Story. So you're going to be playing as Mario, hopping into the gameplay.
Wait, he plays tennis out in the
really
woods?
Cool chance to
Where's the
really
realism?
brush up on your skills as you're getting into the game. So on top of having this fun story to explore, if you are new to the Mario Tennis series and you're looking to really make sure that you've got a solid grasp of all the different skills that are involved, getting into the story is going to be a great place to really hone your talent.
Yeah, when you actually start up the game will push you to watch the opening sequence. So you can look at the cinematics we'll be showing in a little bit, and you'll actually be dropped right into the world map, which we're calling the Kingdom of Basque. Adventure Mode is a great way to sort of practice your skills with the basic controls, and then work your way up to more advanced techniques like the new zone shot, zone speed, and all those different moves.
Gotcha. Well, while we're waiting for our folks to line up the cinematic here, just to touch a little bit on the Kingdom of Basque, an interesting space. We have a bunch of our favorite characters from the Mushroom Kingdom making appearances. We really are in a place that we've never explored before.
Playing tennis in the woods at Camp Anawana.
Mario sort of return as antagonists in the story mode.
Why are their eyes? Why are they high? Look at their eyes.
Racket.
Yeah, we can check out
Maybe I
some
missed
new,
what's going on in this game.
They're sporting for this game. Waluigi looks very fashionable.
He's a stylish dude. I feel like Luigi's making poor life choices right now.
Par for the course.
Oh, she said pro-life. I was like, why are we getting fucking? Why are we getting political here?
Can't be good.
God damn. Stone tennis. Awesome idea. Love lots of likability and diversity. I'm very, very worried about the likability because that's what this industry has turned into. Nick, I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm a little more passive about it just because I kind of have to be, but I get where you're coming from. I actually got into a Twitter feud on my secret Twitter that I can't tell people about, but I go around on Twitter and get into fucking arguments because it's my troll account. But got into an argument recently about Battlefield, and even though I will be buying Battlefield, and I'll play it and I'll enjoy it, I keep seeing people argue about it, and I think they don't argue it well on both sides. So I attack both sides just to kind of show them that they're not arguing the topic very well.
Different kinds of environments.
It's been, well, I guess it's been mind-numbing, but so far I've had pretty good success.
Set off on an adventure to find a little bit more about the legendary rocket and Luigi that has gone missing. Mario's mission in adventure mode is to gather power stones scattered about different areas in the Kingdom of Basque. And by gathering power stones,
would you guys just play it? Like, what the fuck's going on here?
From restoring his full power. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and then show off some different missions and boss fights that Mario will encounter.
Daisy thick. Daisy always thick.
And as we're jumping in here, we can talk
Daisy
a little bit
looking
maybe
good.
about the map system as you're exploring. It very feels like a traditional
Sutherland
Mario
is
game
being a
exploration.
complete ass, saying you don't like Battlefield 5, don't buy it, I don't
we
care.
have notes
See,
about
okay,
completing different missions,
here we go. I'm not
different
gonna get too into this, but the big problem with that shit is, this is the big thing I keep telling people about when people are on the opposite side of like, why do people care? Well, they can care and they do care, and that's fine. And they're having conversations you don't have to be a part of. It's okay they have those conversations. Why do people want to silence that conversation so quickly? The big problem is, is the reaction they're getting from EA and DICE. DICE is not only telling people, we don't give a fuck what you think, but deal with it. That's horrible. That's such a shitty way to fucking go about communicating. If they literally just came out and said, you know what, we realized the authenticity's not there, right? There was not as many women fighting in World War II as men. That's obvious. Everyone knows that, even though a lot of people argue otherwise. But we feel like there's women who play this game, and we want to give them the opportunity to play as women. We want anybody to play as women in this game because we want to. We just want to put that in there. That's fine, blah, blah, blah. I feel like you'd still get people rejecting that, but you'd get a lot less people being upset about it because they're being transparent. They're telling you why they're doing it. But that they're passing it off like, well, just deal with it. Deal with it. And then you get assholes on Twitter who are like, well, there was girls in World War II. Sure, but that's such a bad argument because not in the way you think. Not in what you're trying to really lay on. And that's quantifiable. That's provable. So it's just... It's such bad communication. Like, I don't give a fuck either way. I'll play whatever. It'll be fun. I love World War II. I'm going to play it for the battles that happen in World War II or whatever. Is the authenticity thrown out the window? Yeah, not just because the girls. Bunch of shit in that game throws out the authenticity. I mean, I don't care. But the lack of communication and the lack of just, like, giving a fuck about certain parts of the community is insulting. And it shows, really, that there is an agenda, and it sucks. They should care about all the people playing the game. And not just equate it to angry white men don't like women. Well, that's not the case. A lot of arguments I keep seeing are people are like, why are you so fucking threatened? And I always have to remind them, nobody's threatened. Not one person's threatened that you're talking to. You can't prove that. You have no reason to believe that. Show me evidence that people are threatened. Or like, why are these guys so upset? They're not upset. They're bringing up a point. You're trying to shut them the fuck up. Both sides are being ridiculous, but one side's trying to shut one side up. And it's a horrible way to have a conversation. Conversations are fucking important. So that's where I land on it. And I just really hate the way it's being handled. It's fucking bizarre and easily fucking refuted. Any argument I've gotten into on Twitter so far, I've destroyed who I'm talking to the point where they won't respond to me anymore because they just don't have the information or anything to say. I'm an angry white man. I loves the women's. I'm an angry white man too, and I love women as well. I mean, it's an easy fucking way out. That's it. It's a derailment. It's a diversion. And if you have to so early in a fucking conversation derail the conversation to avoid certain things, you don't have an argument. You're doing that because you're fucking, like I said, you don't have ammunition. So you're trying to take it somewhere else. That's a real big red flag. So both sides are being ridiculous about it, but one side doesn't have a whole lot to say. They just want the other side to shut up, and they use fake bullshit and tactics to try and make that conversation look a certain way. I'm babbling at this point, but this whole thing has been ridiculous. I have a second YouTube channel that I want to start working on, where I'll be able to rant about shit like this. And so I might start that with this whole topic, because this whole topic's fucking ridiculous. If you want to add females to your game, great, awesome. Add them. People will play them. It doesn't bother me. But when you alienate a major chunk of your fan base and pretend that they are one specific type of person and make them seem like they're fucking stupid because you're trying to up your ability to sell your game to new people, it's not a good look. It looks like shit. And if it does backfire on them and people don't fucking buy the game like the assholes telling people not to, that's on them. In that regard, fucking, I hope the game fails in that sense. I mean, I'm gonna buy it because I don't care, but just the argument's really fucking dumb. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Let's watch Mario Tennis.
And you can go ahead and jump right into one of the missions offered in adventure mode. It's a familiar friend.
As one does in the woods, you make tennis rackets.
And interesting just looking at
Donnie
what Spike said there about maybe being able to earn
Who's
a racket
Donnie
if you
D?
do well enough at this challenge.
Yes, you can earn differently designed rackets as you complete different missions scattered about the Kingdom of Basque. And for this one, Mario will be able to win a wooden racket if he's able to complete this mission.
These motherfuckers don't got SOG? Oh, yeah, they do.
So this is very early on in the adventure, so not going to be a terribly frightening challenge, but a really great way to really hone your skills and make sure that as you go, and especially matches against other players, you've got all those skills under your belt ready to go.
Who is Don Matrick? What did he do? That sounds really familiar.
Moving about the court, and your objective is to hit the ball towards where he cannot return it. And this is a great mission to sort of practice the different basic shots you have at your disposal.
I love the little green guy.
And the type of shot that you hit is indicated by the color of the ball trail. So that purple trail right there, that's a flat. It's a very fast speed shot, doesn't have much bounce. The red trail is a topspin, high speed, high bounce. Let's see. This is a slice.
Spike's got little legs. Looks like he's taking him a fair bit of effort to get across the court.
He's trying.
Oh,
he almost made that one.
Oh. Nice block.
And for some other basic shots,
oh my gosh,
the yellow is the lob. It aims for the back of the court, so if your opponent is up against a net, it's a good basic shot to hit.
Yeah, I was doing that a lot in the. We were doing that in the pre-launch.
So what did he do? I'm feeling a bit lost here. Don Matrick was the head of Xbox. I remember that name. The 2013 mess. I am trying to remember. Don Matrick. Oh, fuck, I remember that guy. I forgot about that guy's fucking face. Where's he at? I'll start this up so you guys have something to look at while I'm fucking reading up on this again because I forgot. Zynga? Oh shit, I forgot about that shit.
Basic shots.
This feels like it was forever ago.
Your enemy.
We should talk a little bit about what we saw there with the leveling system that was just up on the screen.
Right. So as you attempt different missions, Mario will get experience points, and if he levels up, he will increase. He'll get his parameters increased. So even if you fail a specific mission or you're having a hard time with a particular boss fight, you can always try leveling up Mario and try again. And the next time around, it will be a little bit easier since he will move a little faster, hit shots a little better, so on and so forth. Going to attempt this mission one more time.
I do love
God, and he worked at Electronic Arts too.
Handle the serves for Spike.
They're being pretty helpful.
Oh, and he was around too when they were really pushing Connect. That's interesting.
I mean, you'll notice that sometimes Piranha Plants shoot shots that sparkle. These shots can damage your racket if you don't return them with perfect timing. And it's one of the new mechanics that Mario Tennis Aces has added to sort of add a new spin to the Mario Tennis tennis gameplay system.
What I love about this game is it's got really a lot of the classic elements.
Oh, and he's the one that wanted the always online thing too, huh?
But the new shots add some really interesting strategic gameplay.
I forgot about that, and the family sharing thing, which I'm really surprised they didn't go with.
As you get into the gameplay. And hopefully folks had fun messing around with that in the online tournament as well. And there also, we see that your racket has stats.
They do. So as you complete different challenges, you will unlock additional rackets, which will really help you in boss fights or other missions where the enemy can hit shots that can damage your racket. If you do end up breaking all the rackets in your inventory, you will fail the mission, so it does behoove you to have more
like a nice collection
inventory.
Ready to go.
Yep. Alright. So Spike would have bestowed the wooden racket if we complete this mission.
We don't want to spoil that for folks at home, so we'll move along.
Yeah, and there are different number design rackets that you can collect in different areas in the Kingdom of Basque.
They have really interesting designs too. I know when you get the rackets, you know, rather than just like toss it in your bag, you're like, okay, I got a racket, I'm going to move on. It's worth taking a look at the art because there was a fair bit of cool thought put into the design of all these different rackets and how they actually look up close.
Right, and I loved how the designs are kind of inspired by the area that you do unlock them in.
All right.
Yes,
Boss
Petey
time.
Parada.
Boss time.
I love
He's
Petey.
Parada's bathing suit.
Game looks okay. Yeah, this is actually... I know, I keep looking down my phone trying to order fucking Indian food.
Totally comfortable just rocking
It looks cool. I don't know if I'd spend $60 on it, but I don't know what they're going to charge for it. Mario Party looks way better, though.
Alright, so you'll notice the UI looks a little bit different for this particular boss fight.
I love that
top right,
the
we see
plant
Petey
baby,
Piranha,
giant plant baby's got the
3 hearts by his
fucking...
name and a meter below.
The underwear on, whatever the fuck that is.
His stamina meter, where if you whittle it down by rallying back and
That looks
forth
pretty
with
fun,
him,
though.
he will then sort of fall over and reveal his weak point.
Which in his case seems to be his belly button.
Yes. Very charming belly button.
I kind of wonder
Not
why
only
a
does that
plant monster
cool-
has a belly button, but...
So we noticed jumping over a couple of those tornadoes was building up your meter as well.
Yes, so I was using trick shots to dodge attacks that Petey Piranha was throwing at me. And normally you would use a trick shot.
I want
in
to see...
a
Okay, here we
traditional
go.
tennis match.
I want to see like a normal
So
fucking
scared of
match.
facing you in Mario Tennis Aces. I think you're the one person.
It's
in
fucked up,
Treehouse
there's a
that
pole in the
I would
middle.
prefer to avoid playing. You're too good.
So here looking at the court, the obvious element that's really going to mess things up for you if you're not careful is that mast right in the middle.
Sorry for starting political shit, man. Every time Battlefield 5 comes up, it bugs the shit out of me.
Tennis,
It's fine. I'm probably on this channel, not probably, I'm 100% am, like the most politically minded person. I mean, I probably consume about 4 to 8 hours a day of political commentary and social commentary because I'm really into the shit. And if I didn't make this channel, I probably would have made a political channel. So I feel ya. I just really try and reserve a lot of what I have to say on that because I don't want to represent, this is my channel, but my brother's on here all the time, our friend Chris is on here all the time, and I don't want to seem like I'm leaning in any specific direction that could make people think that I'm representing all of us in that sense. So I try and avoid those kind of things. But I mean, you know, some things need to be addressed and talked about, and I don't mind it so much as long as it doesn't go too far. Because like I said, I don't want the focus of this channel to the political aspect. That's one thing that drives me nuts about like IGN and GameSpot and a bunch of those publications is they'll talk about games and then randomly they'll bring up a very hard-leaning agenda. And I'm like, just fucking, you're not here for politics, man. Fucking just keep it to the games. Let's talk about games. Let's just have fun with games. Let's not fucking worry about that kind of shit. So I try and avoid that as well. But I just wish they keep, I'm assuming wouldn't keep pushing the agenda, which I agree with. Not push the agenda in games pisses me off. What has happened lately, and I agree with that. I have a very strict thought process that I don't care whatever's in a game, doesn't matter. But if I feel like the effort exists there for the agenda before the game itself, I have an issue. It's just like a lot of movies now have agendas in them, and a lot of series that people have loved since like the 70s, like Star Wars, start getting used as borderline propaganda. And it sucks because, you know, if you want to do that, make your own movie, but don't solely and ruin the name of something that's beloved for this temporary time where people have messages that they're essentially using something everyone loves to push that. It's disingenuous and it's shitty, and it just kind of ruins everything because this is a temporary time and a temporary ideology. And, you know, like something like Star Wars is going to live on forever, and you've just tainted it with a moment in time. So it sucks. Ruins my favorite hobby, man. This is like my life and childhood. I mean, you're talking to the same, man. You're talking to a guy that's in the exact same boat. Gaming is my life. It's one of the many things that I love. I got a lot of hobbies, but gaming is one of the top ones for me. So I feel ya. And it does suck feeling like people who a lot of times or sometimes don't even care about gaming all too much, but they still use the medium to push certain messages. It's insulting to people who have just been here and enjoying it for so long. So I 100% agree with you. But yeah, it's a complicated situation, and I wish at the end of the day that if people are going to argue about certain things, they know why they're arguing for it and why they care so much, and what they are expecting from the other side so much. Like when people start getting annoyed because someone raises questions and they want them to stop talking and stop raising those questions, that instantly is a red flag for me. Because I'm like, well, why are you so worried about shutting people up? It's very disingenuous. Anyway, we'll continue further.
You try to hit your shot towards an area of the court where your opponent is not standing on, but because the mass is right in the center of the court, sometimes it might rebound and go places you might not intend it to. Let's see if I can.
And up at the top there, we can see an energy meter for your opponent as well, which is nice. You can actually keep a little bit of an eye on how things are going on his side and maybe when you should anticipate one of those stronger special shots.
I also love the sound of the other ships that hover over. You can almost like feel just your ship vibrating when that's going over.
Yeah, there's a prime example of the mass sort of disrupting the flow of the match. I love how the bombs in the background, they kind of dodge out of the way when they see the ball coming at them.
Probably a good call. For you to be getting hit by tennis
balls. The ball's going pretty fast. All right, so
I think I have about 5 left.
Hard shots.
Let's see. This game, we'll skip this one. I'm kind of bored watching it. This will be more fun to play, but it's not really showing me much. The next ones we have is World War Z, Overkill's Walking Dead, so 2 zombie games, Control, which is Remedy's new game, and Get the Fuck Out. Those are the ones left. If there's anything else you'd like me to check out, I am running out of time, but we could maybe squeeze those in. Let's start this one.
So,
I've not seen anything on this game.
More to the movie universe, but what we loved so much about the book is the way it tells the story. You get a picture of this entire war, this period in history, through the eyes of many different people all around it. So we've gone for a similar thing with the game.
I love that.
Yeah. So we have, in the release, the initial release, we have 3 episodes, and each episode deals with a different group of survivors. So there's 12 characters in total in the game.
That's fantastic.
All playable. And we've got an episode in...
This one's Left 4 Dead?
We've got an episode in Jerusalem, Israel, and an episode in New York City.
Oh, that makes me so excited. I have to explain, I'm so excited because, you know, these are very, very pivotal moments in the book that take place in the places you've mentioned.
Oh, it was actually based off the book, because I know the movies definitely not.
Cool, good.
Now, this game is 4-player co-op.
Yes.
And anytime that something else has a byline that's similar to another game.
Yeah.
I like zombies. I like 4-player co-op.
So Left 4 Dead 2 or Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes.
The series.
Yeah.
Is also 4-player co-op with zombies and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they're talking about Left 4 Dead, so maybe you're onto something.
You mentioned the similarities: 4-player co-op and zombies.
Yep.
Beyond that, we've gone a very different direction.
Wow, that guy's upset about that.
We deal with massive numbers of zombies in this game, so you'll be facing 500 at a time, with just 4 of you holding out against them. It's third person as well, and it's more of there are strategic elements to it which are completely new to the zombie genre. So when you're facing these zombies, you're going to have the opportunity to build up defenses from scavenged defense kits that you find lying around. And you've got limited resources, so you can't just build whatever.
Tell me how likable are these characters, and tell me why it's not Left 4 Dead.
And then place it around the environment as best you can, and then grab heavy weapons and just face massive numbers as they come pouring in. Some environments are closed, and so you want to use them in a certain way. Other environments, there's a scene in Moscow, a huge frozen river right outside the Kremlin, completely undefendable, and you've got to do what you can to hold your ground.
So what kinds of
and
weapons?
No pills in our game.
No pills.
Yeah.
Pills here.
Yeah.
Control is Quantum Break reskinned is bullshit.
What kinds of weapons can you expect to be using in this game?
It probably won't be, just because all their games have similar styles. So Max Payne was a third-person shooter with slowdown mechanics, but still a third-person shooter where you took cover and got behind shit. And then Alan Wake is a third-person shooter, technically, with a flashlight mechanic. and you know, an interesting story and some cool visual stuff. And then Quantum Break is a third-person shooter with time mechanics. They all, you know, look better as they go on. I'm sure Control will be a third-person shooter with psychic, I think, is some kind of mental shit mechanics. So it's kind of more just in their wheelhouse of what they do. I would also be upset though if it's just reskinned, but I don't think it will be. Remedy is a very, very capable company, and they're very creative.
With exploding tips, no less. And we've got SMGs, a variety of different of those weapons. Secondaries, we've got silenced pistols, sawn-off double-barrel shotguns, and then heavy, we've got rapid-fire combat shotguns, RPGs, heavy machine guns. We've gone for as much as we possibly can.
You actually, like, with your cadence, your speech pattern, and your accent, you sound like you could be like a nefarious like weapons dealer. Like you like opened the trunk and you were just listing off all the stuff you have for sale and stuff. Yeah. Nice work.
Have you seen that scene in Taxi Driver where he goes to buy a gun? He's like, "It's a very nice gun. I got this gun. I got this." That's me now.
Okay, I see the zombies.
Okay.
I know there's zombies. Come on.
So, you know, they'd be able to maybe possibly reach you on the second floor.
Yeah.
Where you think you're perfectly safe.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's a really interesting thing to bring to this genre, especially, I mean, we're pretty much getting used to fast zombies.
You can see right there, they're actually pyramiding up
there
now.
Oh my God.
And climbing
it's interesting.
To me, that is terrifying. If I was playing this game, I don't know.
Well, it's great because the guys have put such enormous...
So the zombies can climb smooth surfaces. Spider-Man zombies.
Safe anywhere. There's nowhere to hide. They will climb the walls, they'll climb over buildings. And actually, when we were designing the zombies, we put a lot of thought into the psychology of the zombie. Because, of course, they have no fear. They're not like another enemy where you can break their morale. They're not afraid of their own, they're not afraid of injuring themselves. So if they see you, they will throw themselves from the rooftops. They will climb through burning cars. They'll do anything to get to you, and they won't stop.
No, that's one of the awesome things that we're talking about. Before we got on stage here was the zombie AI and how they work and stuff like that. And I've always liked the idea better of an intelligent or a more like...
Big what if. What if CD Projekt Red was acquired by Microsoft? It'd be a huge win for Microsoft. It would be not good for CD Projekt Red. So good for Microsoft, bad for CD Projekt Red. It'd be bad for good for Microsoft because they'd be getting a world-class developer that is highly sought after. I assume any company would love to own them. It'd be bad for CD Projekt Red because they'd fall into the same line that Respawn did with the first Titanfall and any other company that has something that's exclusive on Xbox, and then later is allowed to release on other consoles. It kills the hype for the other consoles. Well, I guess if it was owned by Microsoft, it wouldn't come out for other consoles. But a company like that needs to be able to be on all things. They don't really have anything that's Xbox specific or anything that's being expected by other people for Xbox. How would you feel about it though?
But yeah, it looks like they like...
I would be upset about CD Projekt Red being locked in, but it wouldn't affect me too much because I'd still be playing their games. Like I said, I'm talking about their perspective because I have all the consoles, so I mean, like, I would still get to play whatever they made, but it would really suck for people who don't have the ability to have most of the consoles or don't have the ability to play that game. It also sucks for CD Projekt Red because they'd be getting less people playing their game. So overall, I think it'd be a bad thing. For me, it wouldn't matter.
When you're standing there and the only thing you've got is you've run out of primary ammo and you've just got your silenced pistol and you've got 300 zombies coming towards you, it's pretty damn scary.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna be me obviously because I've never been very...
I mean, this looks alright. If this game's like $30 when it comes out or $40, I'd probably pick it up. But it is just a straight up run and shoot zombies game. I like that they're really emphasizing relentless zombie hordes, but other than that, it's nothing new. It's pretty cool. Let's see another zombie game. Overkill's The Walking Dead. I've only heard about this, have not seen anything on it at all. Also looks like Left 4 Dead. This looks chintzier though. Man, that other game looked better than this. Who would have tied that up? Overall, I think people see CD Projekt Red come to Xbox. You see a massive wave jump shift from PS4 to Xbox. I don't know if I buy that. PS4 is so far ahead in its sales and its exclusives. I don't think people would jump ship. I think it would just sell more Xboxes, which would be great. Like I said, it'd be a great get for Microsoft, 100%. Because CD Projekt Red is a high-value company. I mean, after The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, they're going to be highly sought after. So yeah, it'd be really good for Microsoft, and it would suck for Sony and other Nintendo, of course. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if people would jump ship though. There's too much value in PS4 right now. I don't like to get into fanboy stuff too much because I own them all. I like them all, but I don't have any friends who have sold their PS4s. I have about 9 friends who have sold their Xboxes. So there's an obvious difference there in what people feel like they should be sticking around for. And like I said, I do think CD Projekt Red would sell Xboxes. I think it would keep people on there. But it'd have to be locked in. They do those time exclusives, and those aren't real exclusives. All it does is kill the future potential of that game because people don't have access to it, so the hype that existed just fades. And resentment. I know people who didn't buy Tomb Raider because it came out on Xbox first. Not a lot, but if there's any, it means something. This game, I mean,
reloading.
I'm glad there's more co-op shooters coming out. CDR wouldn't let themselves be bought out to one side. It's bad for business. Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think they know their value. They got to be worth a lot right now, and I don't think they would, unless it's like a hostile takeover. But I don't see that happening.
Power on the generator and open the gate.
So this is that last game, only first person, with fucking Xbox 360 graphics. This could have existed on the last consoles. This better be a $30 game. I would play both of them though. I love cooperative shooters. This would be dependent though if like people I knew had it. I wouldn't buy this to play on my own. It just is kind of really interesting to see how minimal this game is though, because like the animations are not particularly good, the graphics aren't particularly good. The action isn't particularly good. Let's be real. PSY, sigh. Everyone has a price, man. Look at Playground. They getting slack about being acquired because they said they wanted to be independent. I didn't hear about them wanting to be independent, but I mean, I was surprised they even got bought out because I already assumed that they were owned by Xbox. They primarily only make games for Xbox. Which is great that Xbox locked them in because I've said this a million times, I'll say it again, Forza Horizon 3 is one of the best arcade racers I've played like my whole life. I haven't felt that passionate about arcade racers since like Midnight Club 3. And before that, all the 64 era arcade racers. So I mean, like it's left a big imprint. I can't wait for fucking Horizon 4. It looks awesome. So that is a really good get for Microsoft. But and honestly, I couldn't see Forza Horizon coming to other consoles because it's a Forza product, but part of that brand. But yeah, I don't know. I always just kind of assumed they were Xboxes anyway. So damn, why is there so many bear traps? This guy's ankle should be fucking gone.
Not bad.
All right, I get the gist of this. We're moving forward by full screening. Next one is Control. Hopefully it is not a reskinning. Let's do Get the Fuck Out first.
Joining me is Ulf Anderson, creative director at 10 Chambers, and we are going to be checking out a game called GTFO.
It's weird. Horizon 4 got me, man. Finally gonna play Forza. Are you not a Forza fan? As a guy who is admittedly a fanboy of Gran Turismo, I've always preferred Gran Turismo.
requiring
Gran Turismo over Forza, 100%. I love Gran Turismo. Forza's fine. I like Forza, but Forza's AI has always been really bad. The last one was pretty good, but Horizon, I didn't play 2. I played 1 a little bit, but 3 really got me. So I really enjoyed it. It's very fun. It has a lot of really smart systems. It has a lot of open world systems that you'd expect in an RPG in a racing game. Very inventive. Bunch of stuff I would assume should have been racing games a long time ago, but they finally did it. So just because they work with them doesn't mean it was theirs. Look at BioWare, they let them go. Yeah, because I've only seen Playground work with Xbox, I assumed that they were already kind of locked in contractually. But now that they're owned by them, I mean, look at Bungie. Bungie's not owned by Activision, but they're locked in for 10 years. So I assumed a similar thing with Playground. RPGs and MMOs on Xbox aren't really a thing, and CDR make great RPGs, which means they'd get shut down or make meh multiplayer other games.
Wonderful. We just saw a bioscan and a door opening up there. So this is set in a science fiction setting.
Yeah, demographics matter a lot too. There's specific types of people who really like fall into the different consoles. I mean, but Xbox is getting Black Desert Online, which is really interesting. I'm really curious to see how that ends up on there, because I just want to know how Black Desert's going to play on a console regardless. Yeah, I think I covered everything.
Yeah, so the community has to pick it apart and figure it out.
Great. Yeah. We're seeing soldiers on the screen here using pistols. They have not brought out the heavy guns yet. Is there a reason for that? Is ammo a concern?
Yeah, ammo is a big concern. You have to really scavenge the levels to I mean, cope with the enemies, and that's why also you really have to sneak a lot, because if stuff happens, you really have to be careful about your resources. And if you end up in too many combats, I mean, you're gonna rely on the melee afterwards. So yeah.
So in Payday and games like it, you kind of chose your archetype not by a very strict archetype, but rather your loadout, using an automatic weapon with a high cap magazine, and light body armor. Is there a similar system in GTFO? Will you be able to customize your loadout?
Yes. So we're not doing all the pay DLC and microtransaction stuff. I don't like that stuff. So for me, for this game, it's all
this
about
is a cooperative
team together, trying to figure out
shooter
how to map.
based on survival.
You can hone in on how to do it. And so
but other than that, I don't know, because the only time I ever saw before was like a quick
glimpse of it.
There's a lot of
interconnectivity between tools and weapons and stuff like that. When you start playing the game, the tools will be something you really have to start using, and after a while you actually have to start to figure out who's gonna, okay, you're gonna have the shotgun and I'm gonna have this, and to really cope with the different situations and different enemy types and different tweaks on enemy types and stuff like that.
Great. Talk me through a mission from start to finish. What are we expecting in terms of maybe puzzle mechanics or role mechanics as well as combat? Are there something equivalent to Left 4 Dead Special Infected?
Oh, like special enemies and stuff like that? Yeah, there's all kinds of special enemies. But we're also doing a lot of like small tweaks of like mutations on them.
That's so weird. This many years later, there's so many Left 4 Dead clones coming out.
So the first pass through a level
Microsoft is taking talent right under Sony's nose.
And what the opposition is.
Kind of. I would make the argument that Sony has had a lot of companies, exclusive companies under them. And not to play the fanboy game here, but Santa Monica and Naughty Dog, I think, are some of the most talented companies in gaming. Naughty Dog has been for so long. Companies that really release console-selling games, and those are both right under Sony. I mean, Sony has so many exclusive companies making exclusive games. The exclusives list, I got in an argument with somebody on Twitter one time. He was saying that Microsoft has like 12 or 15 great exclusives that are varied and diverse, and Sony only has like 15 exclusives that are all third-person shooters. So I saw he didn't do the research, so I went and did it for him, and I found out that at that time, which was about half a year ago, he was right about Xbox and its exclusives. But I showed him that at that time, PS4 had, I think, 56 exclusives, whereas Xbox And if you want to talk console exclusives, not even just PC, because a lot of people will take the PC and Xbox as an Xbox exclusive. I don't consider that. But yeah, if you really hone it down to not even PC exclusive, but like Xbox exclusive, they had like 3 games, which is crazy. I'm not talking shit. They gotta up that. But the PS4 had 50 something exclusives. That's not even fucking close. That's crazy. That's why I'm constantly like, Xbox needs. That's why when I saw them buy those companies, I was like, good. Like, a lot of people are like, it's a little late. I don't give a fuck if it's late. At least they're doing something. They have to. I don't want to see Xbox fail. And they won't because they got the money. And I like Xbox. I think it's a great console. The only thing I like about it is the analogs on the controller are way too loose. I hate that. But and yeah, I mean they might start fucking poaching some companies from Sony and be smart of them. On a business level, Microsoft should do that. But Sony this cycle, last cycle they were in the opposite. Sony, the PS3 did horrible comparatively. It was way too expensive. It didn't have that great of games. It had some good games, of course. The 360 was fucking killing it. From their own studios. Yeah, but which studios and what games? As compared to Sony. I mean, that's the big difference. That's where I mean, for any, I would argue for probably any 1 to 2 companies you could get from Xbox and their talent, which I'm not taking away from. They have very talented people. Sony has at least the same amount, if not more. I would argue that. But again, I don't really like playing the fanboy thing. I don't like playing because I want everyone to just make awesome games that I spend endless amounts of money on because I'm an idiot. Because yeah, I think the guys who make Forza and Forza Horizon, very, very talented companies. Those games are fucking gorgeous. They have amazing audio. Guerrilla and Naughty Dog devs. So like poaching them, like taking them. Because Guerrilla also is another fucking great company. Very talented. I thought that since Killzone. Oh, my food's gonna be here soon. What is this? I don't need to talk to her. Alright, I'm gonna cut out of this one real quick. Move to Control. Microsoft's gotta do something. Microsoft has a fantastic console, and with the Xbox One X, they have the most powerful console. It has a good UI at this point, has awesome features. And the games that they do have that are of higher quality are great. They're fantastic. If they were to increase their exclusive games per year by even 3 games a year, which they will after they bought those companies, it would do a huge difference in what people's perception of that as a console is. PS4's success isn't because the PS4 is a better console. PS4's success is because you can only get certain games on that console. So, and people love that. I mean, the only reason I'm on my PS4 so often is because so many people I know got locked into PS4. So if I want to play things with people, they're all on PS4. Everyone I know. Obviously those change. The demographics change. But it's because of those exclusives that they're even on that thing. Because when the 360 was a thing, I was on 360 way more than PS3. I fucking loved 360. I had an Xbox, loved the Xbox. It's one of my favorite consoles. Dreamcast. I mean, like, yeah. So, like, I don't even have, like, a PS2 and PS3. PS2 was good. PS3 was okay. PlayStation is legendary. PlayStation is one of the best consoles ever made. Ever. Top 3. Fucking love PlayStation. And PS4 is lining up to be that as well. PS4 is probably one of the best runs in consoles I've seen in a long time. The Switch is also a fucking fantastic run as a console. They have pretty much redeemed themselves almost completely when it comes to what they did with the last 2 consoles. I'm glad they're taking amazing devs now. We can get those amazing graphics. I agree, 100%. I think it's great that, like I said, some people are like, wow, they're doing that really late. And they're still easily about 3 to 4 years on these consoles. 3 years. So yeah, getting those devs in there, making new games is going to be exciting. We'll make it exciting for anyone who owns an Xbox. We'll make it exciting for anyone who doesn't have an Xbox who may want to get an Xbox. I mean, like, it's nothing. It's always good having that diversity. If Xbox was to disappear and we just had Sony, they're going to get lazy. Like, you gotta have that diversity going on. Night Dog Dev went to 343 because he likes what they're doing with Halo. Which guy? But yeah, 343 is a super... They get a lot of flack. I don't know why. I think they're a very, very talented company, and I think Halo 4 was one of the better Halos. So, and they did that. They weren't even there for the first couple, so they did a really good job.
Arrives, they are invaded by the Hiss, an otherworldly force. They kill the current director of the FBC, and Jesse is chosen to be the new director and has to get the house back under control.
That's a rough first day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
Now, there's also, it seems like there's this, with the supernatural aspect, I know we're looking at this right now. I don't want you to give anything away, but can you tell us a little bit about how that affects the gameplay?
Well, Jesse has supernatural abilities that you're gonna hopefully see in a little one, and there's the service weapon, which is this transforming gun that only the director of the bureau can use.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'm about to say a lot of individual devs will kind of hop around like that.
The supernatural abilities, but like
Corey Barlog for Santa Monica, he was working with IDOS, working with Tomb Raider. He wanted to do the single no-cut shots in the cinematics in that game, and they didn't want to do it. And then they put in God of War, and I understand why he was so into that idea, because it really fucking translated.
I should maybe be quiet and let the images speak for themselves.
Yeah, this is normal.
So it's very strange. We have some of the people that are floating, and then there's this other one that's actually not. Oh, there we go. That's
there we go. So that's the shield, and you can kind of see we have these reactive environments in the game. There's quite a bit of destruction, and now we're using one of the supernatural abilities.
So it's a shield with force powers, which I'm so about.
And we're going to use the shield again. You can see how the environment kind of reacts to all of that. Like when Jesse pulls up the shield, the objects nearby will start to levitate as well. So there's a lot of sort of...
So this environmental destruction, how does it affect the gameplay? Can you use it to your advantage, or you can use it against your enemies offensively as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can see that she can pick up things like the fire extinguishers and the clock and other elements and hurl them at the enemy. She can pick up debris and use it as a shield. And she'll get other abilities that will allow her to manipulate the environment as well.
They're really trying to build like this sandboxy kind of thing with control, because you have your abilities, you have the service weapon, so players will have a lot of choice in kind of how to approach things, and of course they can cause a lot of really good looking destruction.
Right, so what brought Remedy to Control? Like, why did you want to make this game?
Well, it's Sam Lake's vision, and as he was making some other games, working on Alan Wake and Quantum Break, he had some ideas that
Alan Wake and Quantum Break
fit into those games, and so he sort of made a mental note that they were something he wanted to pursue in the future. And so coming out of Quantum Break, he revisited those ideas and had the oldest house idea, this sort of world within a location, constantly transforming and branching, otherworldly place, and from that, this whole idea of the Bureau rose.
All right, I gotta. Well, this is the last video too. I think I'm gonna cut this now, and I'll start up later because I have food showing up in like 2 minutes, so I need to go grab that. And it's the last video. So this looked kind of cool. I need to watch it some more. But the rest of the videos, most of them I thought all looked great. Mario Tennis probably being the least exciting. I don't know why. But that's going to do it for this episode of TLG Reacts Live. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. For everybody who hung out and watched with me, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll be back for more streams. Anyone watching this on Twitch, make sure to go to Tasty Loot Gaming on YouTube. Make sure to like and subscribe for weekly content, news shows, podcasts. We do all that shit. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure to go to Twitch and follow me at Tasty Senpai, all one word. Hit the notification button, know when I go live. And I will be doing another stream here in a little bit because I don't got plans today. So I would like to play a video game. I might play some Warhammer, Inquisitor Martyr, or Onrush or something. But until the next episode, next time I see you guys, Jeremy, I'll see you later. Psycho, I'll see you later. Nick, is a good talk. I really like where your head's at. You bring up some really good questions, make me think and talk. But until then, guys, I will see you soon.